We in this thing. One time for the one time.
Yeah.
One time for the one time. She said, play some Sir. Yes, ma'am. I will play some Sir. Let me see. What's your favorite Sir song?
I like that one. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
I remember when Lakeita put me on All in My Head. I was like, you played. I was like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's my jam.
Yeah.
This is my jam too.
Oh, let me turn it down just a little bit so I don't get in trouble with YouTube.
Oh, I got this stuff in my hands. Tell me who that nigga if it ain't me. That nigga's the realest line ever. Some of these stickers get covered up because
I see.
Yeah.
You're running out of space.
Well, they got the bootleg one. It's ripping and make my computer look ugly.
Right.
If I play any music randomly throughout the show, just ignore me. I'm just
do your thing. I'm a guest.
Part of the show a little bit.
Yeah.
Will you mic check what for me, Lakeita? I didn't even mic check you.
And I headed to the top.
Oh,
where we
okay.
going? 2 miles an hour. Can you picture me rolling?
Hey.
'Cause life is so much better when you live in slow motion.
Hey.
One split by day, make the evil away. Hey. Speaking of which, might as well,
Yeah.
perfect time.
Are you okay with that on camera? Or you on the...
It's just CBD.
Not really.
It's just CBD.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. You know how we do down here.
Or what's the other one? Delta 9
8,
or Delta 8? What the hell?
Keep up.
I don't even know what that is.
Can't keep up.
Shit sound like a Corona strain. I don't want that.
Right.
Delta 9,
A little too
8,
close.
what?
Yeah, for comfort.
Okay. You already took a sip, huh?
Oh yeah.
This mug is good.
You like it?
Y'all, we gonna talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
Cup of tea. Come on, sir. We gonna
Yeah.
talk about this.
All right, we ain't got to run his whole song, sir. I'm sure you got your streams up, sir. But thank you, sir.
Right. Nice way to kick it off.
Yeah. I like that video, too. It's just like chill. Reminds me of like San Marcos or Austin.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Austin.
Yeah, do we? I just left
Let's
Austin.
give the people a proper introduction.
Right back.
What's up, everybody? Y'all know what it is. We in here, the people's favorite podcast. Nah, you got it.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't even get a chance to sing with him. I'm like, nah, it's good. Nah.
I'm Koala Khool. Got Lakeita Valon, Lakeita Benita.
What's up,
And we got a
y'all?
special guest in the house.
Yes, we got. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Anastasia, right? Anastasia Hera.
That's right.
Anastasia.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
She drove all the way down from Austin to be hanging out with us.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
For the people that don't know, Texas big as hell, okay?
Gosh, yeah.
And for her to come down here, like, just for the pod, that's love, honestly. Like, I'm really, I keep saying I'm thankful, but I really am thankful.
No, I'm happy to be here.
I'm like, I don't take it for granted at all. Like, I'm really thankful that you came down.
Thankful. Remember that video I showed you that Devin Morrison made?
Which one?
With the old lady coming in on Thanksgiving. She's like, hey, 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 hey. She like breaks out in song. Oh, man.
Now we got to pull it up.
I'm going to have to pull it up.
Yeah, because I'm like, maybe.
I'm going to have to pull it up.
Morrison.
I can probably find it on here. Yeah. He does this thing where he just takes random videos and then he composes around just random videos.
Wow.
And so he'll take people just talking and like, I guess you've probably seen other people do it on Instagram and stuff, but he makes like R&B and soul. So like what he be making, it sound good.
I feel like I've seen some of that before. I'm trying to
think. You're going to have to show me that.
I think it's called Thankful. Let me see.
Y'all, we're going to get into some good stuff while he's looking that up. We're going to get
People
into
are so
some
creative.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it right here.
Ooh, let's see.
So he basically he just saw this video and she breaks out of the song.
Oh, I seen this video.
Oh, wait, let me see if we
I
got the
seen
real
the video of this lady. Yes.
Here we go.
Hey.
Yeah, I seen this. Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
That I don't remember hearing this, but I know this lady. I seen this lady.
Hey. Yeah,
All
she
right,
hitting it,
sis.
right?
Okay.
She was singing.
I love it. It's amazing the talent that people have, and you would never know it.
Shout out to Devin Morrison.
All
I love you, man.
Shout
You a creative ass
man.
motherfucker. You a creative ass motherfucker. He takes commercials, old Japanese commercials, and then writes songs about these commercials.
Wow.
And like the people will be talking in the commercials like in Japanese, and he'll like dub over like
Wow.
be singing though.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so clever.
Now
He's
I
really
do
good.
remember you showing me
Oh,
that,
my
but I
goodness.
don't remember this. I know this video, the actual video of this lady, but
Man,
I
she
do
killed that
remember
note.
I do remember you showing me some of the Japanese ones, though.
I gotta hear that note one more time. Oh,
I love it.
Last night I was making up this. I was walking around the house singing like this gospel like this.
Can you say
I said that's how people be when I'm faking, like when I'm pretending to be
Right.
this lady.
man, I wish that was my auntie or grandma. She came up in the house singing like that. I'd be like, what? You need to come up here in this studio and get on this microphone
Because
real quick.
Oh, bet. All right, y'all. It's our first time smoking hookah. So
Hey.
we're doing it a little backwards because, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get the right, you know, till
They don't
before we
know.
run it down.
They don't know.
We're not doing anything wrong, actually.
And so it's just a regular old inhale,
Yeah.
like normal.
Oh, you should let me start it first because it's not gonna be like it's probably
Already.
not even.
Already
you got
did
rid
it.
of
It
it.
It started.
Yeah,
You sure?
that's why I passed
You
it.
sure? Oh, I
That's
was
what I've
wanna
been
make sure.
Let me
doing.
watch.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure. Like-
I've been hitting it this whole time while y'all over
oh,
there.
I didn't see. My bad. I didn't even see.
I
You
got
did it.
y'all back.
You must. I ain't see no smoke. You saw smoke? I ain't see no smoke.
I saw
all
her
in her
taking
face.
all the
You saw-
motions. I saw,
Saw a little
out the
mist.
corner of my eye.
Saw a little mist come out. It wasn't really.
Y'all see it.
Yeah, they saw it.
Yeah, no, you good. You good.
Camera sees.
I wouldn't do
all.
you like that, dang.
Yeah, you good.
Oh, you real good.
It's lit.
Came on a perfect weather day too. Ooh.
Yeah. So you from Austin? How long you lived in Austin?
Basically, my whole life.
For real? I love that.
I'm
That
an
sweater, by the way.
Austinites. Thank you.
What's that? What is that?
Well, it just had some art on it and some colors that I enjoy.
You
so,
go with your necklace. What the?
you know what I'm
hell?
saying?
That's nice.
And your
Yeah.
bag too, right?
It's, you know,
Oh,
it's a thing.
okay,
I'm big on
okay.
themes
It's
and
the
patterns.
essence for me.
Yeah, I'm a little matchy. I'm not gonna apologize.
A little matchy matchy. We unapologetic over here.
It's a black people thing.
Right.
Y'all seen Boomerang? You remember Boomerang?
Oh, my
And
gosh.
Pops always. You gotta coordinate. Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
You want to?
Back on you?
Trying to hit it for real, or we gonna do?
Oh
it
yeah, I'm
like
trying to hit
this?
it for real.
Okay.
What does that mean? What am I missing? I wasn't just hitting it for real?
No,
No,
I'm
earlier
talking
I,
about.
I was testing it for you.
Yeah,
and
he
I
was
passed
testing
the
it.
bag.
Oh, got you.
I ain't gonna play you like that. I got you.
Make sure I'm not missing a step.
She said, "Wait
You
a
never
minute."
know.
So like, yeah, a lot of people try to. If you used to like doing CBD, then most people try to hit the hookah like it's that, but you don't have to like. You don't. You just really want the flavor. Like you just hitting. it
You don't
for
have
the
to
flavor.
inhale into your.
Yeah, you just put it.
Really?
just inhale
I
in
thought
your
you were supposed to
mouth.
just try to get the biggest smoke cloud you possibly can.
That too. But you know when you hit,
That's what I always try to do.
You try to like get it inside your body. Like with this, you're supposed to just like.
Oh, I just be trying to
like
look cool with
keeping
big
it-
clouds.
Almost like you're keeping it in your mouth, like you're keeping the smoke in your mouth so you can blow out big smoke. Like you don't make it
Oh.
go all the way in your lungs.
Oh, you
It's
don't?
not good for you.
So is that how you smoke cigars though?
Oh,
too?
no,
Like,
no,
I know
no,
you
no.
don't inhale on cigars.
So
you just
yeah, because I smoked a cigar before.
Oh,
That's weird.
man.
I never smoked a black and mild, but I smoked a cigar.
yeah.
But some people that some of my friends in Corpus,
There we go.
they like are cigar like connoisseurs, I
Yeah.
guess. And so I smoked one, not with them, but I had to do this modeling show. It was weird, and we had a cigar as a prop. And so they were like, "You could light it for real." So I'm walking down. They're like, "Do not inhale."
Oh, that's good with the mint, by the way. That's good.
This.
Good flavor.
that is
Pineapple,
nice.
mango,
That
mint.
is nice.
Yeah, I'm not a big
enjoying
fan of cigars. I don't really.
Yeah, it ain't all that.
Not a big fan.
You smoked one before?
I've smoked plenty of cigars, but it's just like a
It's
thing to
that,
do. Like
it's-
Yeah, just to say you've done it.
my
Right.
friends that they had their kid and did cigars, and I went to a couple of places. What do they call when they go and they have them in the club? They have like the place,
Oh, cigar lounge.
cigar lounge.
what they
It's another. I think like there's another word for it.
Humidor.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
It's a whole
I don't smoke
culture. They
cigars.
have a
though.
whole culture
Fancy.
built around it.
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Mm-hmm.
One of the girls, Sasha, that was on here. Her uncle owns his own cigar company too.
That's neat.
Oh, that's pretty legit.
Yeah, so like they do that a lot. But yeah, I hit that, and they were like, "Don't inhale it." Like you're supposed to do for the flavor. They're like, "It ain't no weed. It ain't no." They was like, "Don't be out here thinking you finna
Blow
get
out your
high."
I feel that
son.
shit all up in my lungs. I don't know what y'all talking
Yeah.
about. I put it all up in my lungs.
I don't do that.
No,
I mean, it might go there because it's smoke, so it's not like you can just stop all of it. But I try to
Right.
prevent a big ass like if I'm inhaling it, I'm not like breathing it in. I'm more like sucking it in so it can go in my mouth. So it can. That sounds so bad, but so it can go stay here.
Right.
We're with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, I grew up in Colorado.
Yeah.
We smoked a lot of bongs, out of a lot of bongs,
no.
and so
It's not for me.
I feel like the point, like when you hit something like that, it's like the point is like to get the biggest hit you could possibly do. See what your lungs really working
I
with.
don't like to cough. I don't like all that
Oh
coughing.
no, I don't like to cough either. Without coughing, like
Okay.
the biggest thing without coughing for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, coughing is
Gotcha.
no good.
Coughing's no good.
Okay.
Yeah, bongs scare me for that reason. I'm not
Do you like Wiz
fan.
Khalifa
Choke.
and kick you out the circle if you start coughing?
He kicks you out the circle. You start coughing.
Yeah, he don't let
Wiz,
you cough.
I'm definitely
kinda
probably
friend
gonna
is
cough
he?
if I smoke with you. Okay. I used to think that too. Didn't you say one? I think you were the one that changed my perspective on like smoke, and he said like most time when you cough, it's like good weed or something. Isn't that what you said?
That's what I said.
Yeah, because like I do remember like there like one of my exes used to smoke, and if you was coughing, everybody was like, "Oh, you knew, you don't know
They
how
say
to
if
smoke."
you ain't choking, you
ah.
ain't smoking.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess it depends.
Then-
If you smoke regularly, then and you take something and it makes you cough, now I guess probably good weed. But if you don't smoke regularly, then you're just gonna cough no matter what, right? Then it don't mean it's good
Yeah.
weed.
You got me.
that makes
I don't
sense.
know.
makes
Me either.
You got me. So y'all, we is drinking this beautiful Hera. Sorry, I'm up here doing Spanish and shit. Hera, Hera tropical rum, and this is her own brand. You want to talk about how you
Hold
started
on.
this thing?
Ooh,
Yeah,
sure.
that's crazy. Yeah, we gotta, rewind.
Rewind.
Anastasia has her own alcohol, y'all. What the hell is
Yes.
going on? This is just crazy.
We
We gotta
gotta.
do the air horns, round of applause.
Yes, come on. You want to do your little?
Yeah.
That's
well, you know
crazy.
what? I don't even have a spiel so much or a
Okay.
type five.
The only people
'cause-
I know that do this is like famous rappers and shit. Like, what's
Right.
going on? This is dope.
Right. And so I had to find an angle. I had to do something different with it. Do something to make it my own.
Yeah.
You know, because
Okay.
this is not a Ciroc where I'm walking in fresh or, you know, or whatever, a Jack Daniels. You know, this is my thing. This is my thing. I get
Yeah.
to build it from the ground up. And the way it came about was my manager, he's just acquainted with a lady that owns a distillery out in South Carolina.
Wait, what do you mean your manager?
I have a manager. I have management.
Manager.
Oh,
What do you have
okay.
management for?
Well, you know, that's a new thing that happened for me in 2021. It's a relatively new thing. And for this reason right here, to find me those opportunities and bring me those opportunities that I wouldn't have had access to otherwise. But yeah, she owns a distillery. She, you know, we had an initial conversation. She asked me what I like to drink. And I told her, you know, in my party days, it was always Malibu rum.
Yeah.
You know, that was my
Oh,
feel.
yeah.
And she was like,
Me
you know,
too,
we
that
can do
Malibu
a rum. And
pineapple,
exactly. We talked about it, and this is what came of it. And so, you know, she does all the distilling and bottling. And the branding and everything has been mine to build from the ground up. So, of course, I gave it my name. Hera's my middle name.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Oh,
finally
your middle
something.
name. Okay.
Right. So that means a lot to me, you know. And I wanted to definitely taste it before I put my name on it because, you know, it's important. I want it to represent, I want it to feel like something I could, everything that I do and everything that I put my brand and my name on, it's got to be art. There's got to be some art to it. It's got to be nice and something I can get behind 110%. So basically we started over the summer.
I could tell you, but I could tell you very much about aesthetics, like, you know what I'm saying, to look at everything. I feel you.
Yeah, why not?
It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
it's,
No, you
know,
have to.
You got to create that for yourself. You know, even your surroundings, your family, your friends, your music. And, you know, it's important. Yeah.
That's how, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Having beautiful
amazing.
surroundings helps you stay happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That, I was like, when I saw that, I was freaking out. Like I really was
freaking
freaking
out?
out because
You know why I'm really fucking
I
with
didn't
this?
even know why.
It's because I would never get like a bottle of Malibu because like I'm a guy and it's like you can't like just be a guy buying bottles of Malibu, but like I could get this.
'Cause of the
Okay.
way it
I
looks.
don't mind getting this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll pick
Yeah.
up bottles of that at the liquor store, still have my manhood
Man,
intact.
listen.
You know
There
what I'm saying?
go.
Like,
Okay. See, that's the kind of stuff I need to know. You know, now
Yeah.
that I'm trying to market and sell it to people.
Yeah,
And
it's very grown.
there you go.
Like
right.
it's grown up.
Right. I
Like,
wanted it to feel earthy.
We're gonna get some era.
Yeah.
Some Hera. Why do I want to say it so bad? I want to drop the H like
It's Hera
Spanish.
like the
I'm
goddess.
tripping.
Okay. It's all good.
yeah. Oh, yo, tell me about the name. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't catch the story on the name.
Oh, so yeah, Hera is, like I said, it's my middle name. And
The middle name. Okay.
yeah, of course, I've worn that all my life. But what do you do with a name like that as a 5-year-old? or a 15-year-old.
Why you got cool parents to give you a cool name, man? My parents. That's a whole conversation about parents naming your kids.
Really? But see, the beauty of it is, at some point you can name yourself.
Facts.
You choose.
At some point.
At some point.
Some of us have to, because it's like, damn.
This says, so in Greek mythology, Hera is the goddess, female god of marriage, worshipped as the queen of heaven. In Greek beliefs, Zeus married Hera.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Zeus.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
Zeus, that dude.
But I wanted to stick with it because, I wanted something strong, yet feminine, simple, you know what I mean? But that had some meaning behind it, something I could build off of. So, it's 4 letters. It's easy. So, I figure it'll catch on.
Yeah.
It'll catch on.
It's good, y'all.
Definitely.
We're sipping on it right now.
The logo's popping.
What are you sipping yours with?
So last time when Amir was here, he left this pineapple Fanta over there.
Oh.
So I put
you
that
put
in
some-
there.
It's good.
Oh, okay.
You get the pineapple with that crisp.
No. I just did the pineapple juice.
I was debating, and I was
really
like,
good.
"Ooh," but she
Really
did
good.
Sprite, and I
know.
felt like what I got was the combination of what y'all both. So I was like, "I'm gonna be the,
You cheated.
I'm gonna be the liaison."
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think I've had it straight with pineapple juice. Is it too sweet?
Nah, because the pineapple juice is really like, it's just like straight pineapple juice, so it's not
Tart.
like,
Yeah.
it's not
Gotcha.
really that sweet.
Right.
It tastes really good, actually.
All right,
Tropical
good.
drinks are
I'm
like.
gonna have to be careful with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, get a load
Might
of
turn into one of them
Hey, what
podcasts. One of them podcasts. No.
So we waited for you guys so we could take a shot in front of y'all and make you jealous. Ooh.
There you go.
So we're gonna
Did you have like a big ass list of bottles you could choose from, or was it easy picking the bottle
You know
too?
what? We are in weird times because you've heard of all these supply chain things that are.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a bottle shortage.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And early in the game, I want to say around.
Why is there a
June-
bottle shortage?
You tell me.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say I don't know about bottles in particularly,
Glass,
but
it's
I
just
do know
glass.
why
They
there's
all got
shortage.
COVID or what? I can't make bottles today.
I do know why there's shortages of stuff. It's not a real shortage. It's just like the shortage of access to us.
Gotcha.
There's a worldwide shipping problem going on where there's not enough people to unload and load from the docks. And so
Why?
when they have stuff literally just sitting on ships that have not been unloaded. So
crazy.
it's a shortage, but it's sitting there. Because the same thing happened at the job I work at. The stuff's there. Like they have
That's
the
so
stuff, but
It
it's not
is.
enough people to unload and load. I don't know why.
Right. No,
But
it seems
apparently
like there would
there's
be
not
lots of people
enough
who want to.
people that can be there to unload and load on time in the fashion that it would happen. So instead they're like just super backed up. And it's almost like they're not even trying.
Yeah.
I know what happened.
What happened?
You remember what happened remember what happened last year, right? Well, a lot of people died, unfortunately. But also a lot of people quit their jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I bet like there's a lot of people that was doing that, working
Yeah.
on dice, like, man, fuck this.
Or got fired.
Just left.
Yeah.
Or got fired, but probably quit a lot.
Because I heard about one of that, like what you're saying, where they told us that there was people trying to work and to get, like last year I was applying for certain stuff just so I could get something, and they was like being stingy with hiring people. And then all of a sudden they weren't hiring nobody. And now all of a sudden they need people. Everybody like, well, I don't want to work now.
Right. Yeah.
Like, already declined me so many times, and like everybody resume, like my resume made sense for a lot of the jobs I applied for, but I didn't get one. Like literally, I applied to so many jobs that made sense, and I didn't get one. And I was like, I've never not been able to get a job.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. And so then, at some point, everybody just gave up and was like, well, we getting that unemployment. So, but it was when it was running out, is when everybody was like applying. Because like when I knew it was gonna end, I was like, oh, I gotta go ahead and apply for some stuff. And then they wasn't hiring. And now all of a sudden, all you see everywhere, now hiring, need this, need that. Like, oh, now y'all hiring. Now people don't want to work.
Yeah.
So they kind of screwed themselves over by laying people off and doing all these things, and people got comfortable. Like, you know what? I think I could start my own alcohol brand. And I don't want to work for you no more. And then people started becoming entrepreneurs and stuff. So
I think people got a taste of that freedom. You know what I mean? When you get your 8 hours back, you get your mental bandwidth and your mental energy.
Yeah.
You
More than 8
mentioned
hours.
it.
That's just 8 hours at work.
That's
right. You
Ain't
gotta
talking about-
recover.
Ain't talking about getting ready, going there, coming back.
Commuting, all of that.
yes,
People being all in your face all day.
man. People ain't trying. You just there. Oh yeah.
Man. Yeah.
What y'all feeling?
I'm ready. You ready?
We about
Cheers
to be.
to
These are some healthy shots. That's like 2 shots right there.
I'm sorry.
No, you
Oh, we good.
you the woman of the house.
Cheers to
There you go.
ownership, artistry, and doing your
right.
own thing.
Yes.
Always.
This is terrible. You don't ever want to do this. This is terrible. You don't
I
ever
just
want to
love
drink
how
this.
he's like not paying attention. He's like, I'm just going to put my head down.
Like, he's been around music and musicians and artists since forever. We had studios in the house, and I'm sure
Nice.
he met probably half the rappers in Austin. So
Oh, so they
he's
come
used
to your
it.
house to record?
We had a studio in the house at one point, and that's actually how I learned a lot of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like I'm one of those people that every artist that I come in contact with, I'm trying to pick up, trying to learn something from them. Ooh, I
Yeah.
like how they did that. Ooh, I like how they did that.
Yeah,
And so
same.
yeah.
It's when you it's when you are humble enough to just be like, hey, I'm just observing. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
bigger than anybody. Like, it's like you yourself. Like, you're going to be you regardless.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, how
All
can
the
I
time.
grow? And if you see something in somebody and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right.
They have something that I feel like I'm lacking, or I need to learn how to do, or maybe if I added this little bit onto my brand, like I
Right.
could be popping. You know,
That's our job. I feel like to constantly be growing in
Absolutely.
some way, studying, learning something.
And we get to use our artistry to do that. But yeah. When you misunderstood me earlier when I was asking you like why you had a manager.
Oh.
It was because I was trying to get you to mention that you was an artist.
I
and
knew it. I knew it.
for the
I
people,
was here.
because not everybody knows. So I
I
just want
was
to
here
make
with
sure.
you.
I know.
I was
But
here with
I was
you.
just rolling with it. I was rolling with it though. We was gonna roll with
I
it.
was here with you too because
No.
I was like, she's an
Because
artist.
as I said,
I wanted
as
you
I
to say it.
mentioned, having management is new. I did a
Yeah.
lot of time without that, just kind of doing everything myself. And and so at some point I was even asking myself, why do I need a manager?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What else can someone else bring to the table?
that
you know what I
can't
mean?
already.
Well, does
Right.
it? I would just be like, man. Well, how can you get me paid and then you get paid too? I'm down for that, and then you do what you do.
Yeah.
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 I definitely 2022. I definitely need a manager.
You're
I'm not
looking.
even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it's only because of what she said. A combination of everything.
You want to pass me the what you call?
Oh, I had passed it to her. I didn't know she was gonna hit it again.
Oh no, I
hit it
didn't
again.
even notice. I saw
was
it there.
all-
We're not gonna have no rotation. It's gonna be take it when you
Who
want
want
it.
it?
There you go.
Who want it? So it's just like you said, like getting opportunities and getting paid too, because I don't want to be doing like a bunch of stuff unless like they
Right.
get you in somewhere where you're amongst a bunch of like higher ups where you're able to network and then maybe make something come, like if they're well connected and they're like, hey, come to this thing that like, for example, just be like, oh, Rihanna's doing this thing and I know her manager and I'm well connected or whatever, so I want you to come and be there or perform or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Then that to me is like, if I can tell that something may come out of it, whether it's like now somebody knows who I am, or get connected with the people that helped her get to where she or whatever.
Yeah, as long as it
Like
makes
if it ain't
sense.
gonna be paid, it gotta be something
Right,
big.
yeah.
And it has to be somebody, like you said, that has the connection so that way they can do for you like what you wouldn't have done, I guess, in that amount of time.
That's right.
Because I hate when people like, I'll be your manager. And it's like, of what? Like, of what?
Yeah,
Like,
what
if
you
you're
about
already
to-
doing everything yourself, like, what else can you do that I can't do? Because I do want to delegate some
Yeah.
things to
right.
people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like just have somebody you paying, like I'm paying your manager.
Yeah. Well, the managers, what is that? It's like about who they know, right? Their connections, right?
That, yeah. And then just kind of knowing the ins and outs and how the business is laid out. Okay, now it's time to do this. Now we need PR. Now we need this
Yeah.
and that. So,
Guidance.
some outside input.
Yeah.
And then, another benefit that I found to having one is that person is kind of your sounding board. So you say, okay, well, I kind of have this idea. And, you might know how it feels. You send your scratch to somebody, or you might not send it, or you don't know how to feel about it. But
Yeah.
like my relationship with my manager is like, okay, I've been working on this thing. I don't know if I want to continue on this path or if I should do something different or just trash it. I can send it to him, and he'll be like, he finds a way to very diplomatically give his opinion on things.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to burden my friends with that. And, it can be a push and pull thing because they don't necessarily know how to answer. They're not in
Yeah.
that context.
They're not even. Some friends will, because I do feel like the people that have been around you enough or know you,
That's
but
true.
then when it comes to like the business, sometimes if
Yeah.
they're not in it, they just don't get it.
Right.
Right.
Like I had this conversation with one of my friends today. Like I was at the gym and I was on the phone with her, and I was just like, some people just don't get it. Like she said something like, yeah, when you do this new job, they'll know, like, you know, then you just do music like in your spare time. And I was like, my what? And I got like hella, not super offended, but I guess I kind of had to like lay it out. Like, I don't want y'all to say that ever again in your life. I was like, that job, and that job's going to get me where I need to be, you know, financially or whatever. I said, but if you feel like that job is like up here, then my music is either up here or like past it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, of course, in real life, I have to use the time that I away from the job to do music, but I'm not looking at it like that. Like, I'm not looking at it like, oh, in my free time, I can just do music now. Like, no, it's still my thing. Like, don't.
Right.
Don't.
It goes back to
make
that. It goes back to that conversation about dedication. Remember? It's like, man. So if you're talking to people that don't have anything that they've like passionate about or dedicated their lives to, they won't ever understand.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
they'll see it as a hobby, and you can't explain to them, this is not a hobby. This is my life.
It's my life.
You know.
but people that is doing their own things, they'll be able to see. They'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's not the same thing, that they'll be able to see it.
That's true.
I noticed that for sure.
Even my entrepreneur friends, like one of my friends makes clay earrings and like just stuff. Like, she's an entrepreneur and she's like, dude, do your thing. Like, people try to tell me that not to do what I'm doing, but she used to put in like hours and hours and hours of just learning how to create new designs, new whatever, just to grow her business. And like, she's on Etsy, like she's on every, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they get it. It's like, it's the time you take outside of it, and then you can give yourself breaks, or sometimes they have like writer's block or creator's block or whatever it be. But when you are passionate about it, like it's something that you're not gonna lose, and so you like, it's okay to be careful with it. It's okay to approach it with caution. It's okay to take.
Oh, you be
breaks.
taking the L's and not be feeling that bad.
Yeah,
just 'cause,
you be like,
Or even if you do feel bad,
You know,
even if you feel bad about something, taking the time to acknowledge that, okay, I messed that up, that performance wasn't so great, or whatever it is.
It's
like,
always just practice making you better.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll take a few days to myself, and then I'm coming right back,
You're
better.
like, boom, baby. You don't even know.
Bounce back.
Yeah, I get nervous when somebody just approached me like last week, or it was like 2 weeks ago or so. One of our friends, Coco, she does this local event here in Houston called Flow for the Love of Artistry, and it was like her last one officially after like 3 years. So some dude comes up to me, and I hope it's legit, but I haven't really reached out to him yet because
Some dude.
about management.
Hold up, some dude.
All the dudes, all the niggas.
Right.
But I just feel weird. Like, we know when a guy, as a female, do you ever feel weird when a guy approaches you about business?
No, unless they give me weird vibes. You know, so I'm one of these people that I'm going to assume positive intent. I'm going to assume things are on the up and up until something don't feel right. You know what I mean?
Like, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. And I think that's worked out for me. And there's been some people that have surprised me. It's like, okay, this person was about their business the whole time.
Yeah.
And I want people to treat me like I'm about my business.
Yeah.
So I treat them like they're about their business. And then until they prove otherwise, you know, we good. But
Unless you get a feeling.
right. Yeah,
You
and
know,
then
women, we be getting that good.
that's right.
Don't that be
that
the worst?
intuition,
They ain't even did nothing, but you like, I don't know.
that
it's
intuition
not-
is real. You know, they say there are certain cues that you pick up on subconsciously. Like, you know, the way a person looks at you or the way they carry themselves sometimes, you know, you pick up on all that. You got to listen. That's one thing
Most
I learned
definitely.
over the years, being in the scene, being around people, strangers coming up to me, to trust my instincts. When something don't feel right,
It most likely that's just
back
God
up, move
trying to tell
around.
you, girl.
Yeah.
That's the problem with old girl and the professor on Money Heist. They
Oh,
don't
it's a show
know
on
nothing
Netflix.
about how to see somebody for who they are and like be a good judge of character. He picked
him, the professor.
the professor and
Have you seen
the
that show?
I haven't seen it.
All right, we
do I
not
need to
gonna
watch
spoil
it?
it for y'all, but go
I
on.
need
You
to watch
have
it.
Netflix?
I do.
All right,
I need
Money
to check
Heist.
out Money
It's
Heist.
really
I've seen the
smart.
promos
It's
for it.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very intelligent.
It's been around for a
check it out.
while. When it first came out, it was like just subtitles because it's a Spanish show.
Right.
But they dubbed it, and so now I can
The
watch
dub
it.
is
you know.
good.
You don't
It's
like the
good.
subtitles?
You know, I'm not really
hate
trying to read when I'm
subtitles.
watching a movie. That's why I'm watching a movie. I'll read a
Yeah.
book if I want to read. Come on.
Right.
Okay. I can't stand no subtitles. I'm not gonna hold you unless
They be going so fast too.
yeah. And then sometimes like
I
they
ain't no slow reader though. I mean,
no, just saying. But you know, like when they had the subtitles up there too, and they be like, and they'll put the subtitle before the person even say it. That makes me so mad.
Yeah, especially on
subtitle
jokes.
people, we coming for y'all
Punchline.
jobs.
Come on, man.
We coming for y'all jobs.
Right.
because sometimes y'all be getting on my nerves.
I don't think that's anybody's job anymore. I think it's like
It's all
like
auto-generated.
Yeah.
Like
Our
YouTube.
podcast, our podcast is subtitled.
They be messing up too, talking about
They're not always
the
accurate.
ebonics. They be
You're
fucking
like, wait a minute.
up.
Okay, I know I didn't say that.
I know I didn't say none
And
of
you
that.
know I didn't say that. It
And
doesn't even make
Instagram be
sense.
trying to do that shit too.
Yeah.
Talking about some, would you like subtitles? No, because I know you
Get it
don't
wrong.
understand what I'm saying. I halfway don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. So I know you
man.
not finna understand this Alabama ass girl.
Love it.
They be
That's
making
funny.
up all kind of shit. Like this not even a sentence.
Right.
Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, don't apologize.
Oh, the Hera guy.
Bring out the chungas.
That's
We
funny.
need some popsicles. This make me want to like a popsicle. This is a good
So wait,
This is good.
certain liquors make you want a popsicle?
Hell no. This one do.
What?
Because it gives me because it is tropical. Like tropical drinks are honestly my favorite type. Like I like tequila sunrises.
Absolutely.
Like that's my favorite. I haven't been on a rum craze in a while, just because, like you said, it was like my first. How you say you said first start off? It was my first. That pineapple Malibu, I thought I was the shit. I didn't know how to drink.
I was the
Malibu. They go, ooh.
Yeah.
Ladies love rum. I know that.
Yeah. Ladies love cool drink. Like it's really smooth.
So do you have a preference between brown and clear?
I like alcohol in general, but if I had to choose, definitely clear.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had to choose,
I mean,
I like alcohol.
Okay,
Like, I
so
don't
people
care.
say they feel a difference, like it's a different kind of, it hits you a different way. Do you think so?
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
yeah.
that's-
I'm gonna
okay.
say yeah.
It has different alcohol has different effects for sure.
I would
Tequila does
say-
one thing to me, you know.
I wonder how that works.
I have the
what's
most fun on tequila.
Yeah, I think if I'm in a party or I'm trying to like,
Turn up?
get the guts beat up or something, you know what I'm
Wait,
saying? I'm feeling.
You gotta relax on the podcast. You gotta relax. You gotta slow down.
Why not?
Slow
I haven't
down.
said it so long. I haven't said that in a long
I mean,
time.
it was very poetic the way you said that.
I don't care.
But I was gonna ask you. But I'm glad you said it
it.
because I was gonna ask you what alcohol do you feel like
Gets you
best,
the horniest or
best,
whatever.
you
Oh, I'm
know,
sorry.
for sexual activity.
We keep saying, we keep looking over there because she brought her son with her. But
Oh,
he,
yeah, that's
he
kinda-
18 though,
oh,
so I hope that I think they probably already been cussing in
Oh
middle
no, never
school.
mind. Never mind. No, never mind. I didn't ask that question. Never mind. My bad.
Wait,
I didn't ask that
what do you
question.
think? What's up? What do you not talk about in front of your son?
We are pretty.
I just
I
know.
know you got an iPhone. I got headphones. If you want some, I'm saying.
Look, I just know what I know. I don't want nobody to talk to my mom about in front of me, so I'm not gonna do that. That's
But if it is
you
anything
know what I'm
off
saying, I'm
limits,
gonna do
like-
that.
She said nothing's off limits. Okay, but he seemed like a nice. He's level headed.
I'm just.
Right, yeah.
He's like, I'm
It's,
just
it's
joking.
a son and a mom thing. I'm just not going. I'm just going. I already know.
Well, I'm gonna be the drunk auntie.
There you go.
For 5 seconds.
It's all good.
I want to talk. We
doing
should
great,
talk about
baby.
this. We should talk about the struggle of having like a pretty mom. I don't know if that sounds weird.
beautiful- like a
having like you know what I'm
beautiful
saying.
mom.
Like man,
Is it a
I
struggle?
know.
Is it a struggle?
I mean,
or
when
is
you're a
it
kid, it's like definitely like the kid,
when
like
they come
the
to
other
pick you up from
kids.
junior high school?
The other kids is definitely
Your
talking
mama
shit a lot.
fine. Oh.
And it'd be funny, but then it's also like you be very protective over your mom too,
Right.
so it don't be funny.
Yeah. No, but I think at a certain point you grow to appreciate that. You know, when you get old enough and mature enough, okay, my mama took care of herself. She,
Oh yeah,
Baby,
yeah,
because
yeah.
if we have a son, let me tell you something. I hope all his friends trying to smash, but I don't want them, you know what I'm saying? But I hope they be like, oh, we going over, what calling the house because his fine ass mama.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Oh, you
"Yeah,
wanna be that
hey,
mom. You be
kids,
that
I don't want to, I ain't going to do nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like, and I want the same thing if I have a daughter, like, I would like my daughter's friends to be like, yo, daddy, that way, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
fine,
No, they're
girl.
not
and
gonna-
I'll
no,
be
they're not
like,
gonna
get
be
the
doing
fuck
that.
on.
They're
So
not
I
doing
kick
that.
ass.
And she can't come over here anymore.
I'm gonna do
I don't
my
like
best
her.
to look.
She too
super,
fast.
I'm gonna do my
She's
best to
too
look
fast.
super unattractive to anybody that young.
No, what you
Wear your
can do,
dad
you could do
shoes.
like my dad did. My dad used to do this thing. My dad was like, he would never come out the room or something that much. If there was like my friends that was girls that came over, just because of like that reason, you know, like being respectful of somebody else's daughter and not trying to be like too into
In their
the
face.
convo. Yeah.
No, I'm
So
gonna
he
be up
was
in
like-
your face 'cause I need to know who y'all is if you're in my
But it
house.
was
It's a balance.
what I'm
There's a
saying. It was my
balance.
mom. Like it's almost like when the girls came over, my mom would be like the funny one. She comes out and like, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to watch movie? Like whatever. But my dad would just come out and like just to see like who's in my house.
Yep.
Hey y'all, I'm Keita's daddy, and then he would just kind of like go in the room because he's a man. Like he's not trying to be around a bunch of girls, especially that's not his daughter, to
Right.
make it. No, you know, like a man, I guess it's a lot of pressure.
No,
Yeah.
no. If you're in my house with my daughter, that means you're like their sister right now, and I just need to know who you are and how like what you are.
I'm not, and that
So
might
I'm
be
gonna
that might
asking
be
mad
me
questions. Like I'm
putting.
gonna be super like
That
probably
might
trying
be
to figure
me.
shit out.
That might be me putting that. I
Yeah.
can't even say that's what he did it for, but that's the vibes I got.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, y'all gonna know me. I'm gonna crack a couple jokes, but like y'all girls,
Get out the
like
way.
y'all got it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of it's like I'm gonna come out here because it's my house. I'm gonna say hey. I'm gonna know who in here. And then it's like, all right, well, y'all got it. Like, I'm not finna
It's one of
like
those
be hanging
things.
out with y'all.
I feel like, you know, when you're raising a healthy family and you have those healthy boundaries, like it's instinctual, you know, to make your presence known, but kind of back off and give them their space
Yeah.
and, you know, not
feel
be
like
doing
if it
too
was-
much.
No, we're not doing that. No space.
No space.
No, I was just thinking like my mom definitely had like friends that she liked and friends that she didn't like that I had. But I don't know how she knew because she never really talked to any of them. So like that's one thing I probably always want to like do is like make sure I talk to my kids' friends, like you know what I'm saying, get to know them too, like you know what I mean, because that's their brothers and sisters
Okay,
to
but
an
did
extent.
she interrogate you about your friend? Okay, what's his deal?
What's the little boy that keep
she
eating all
would
my
just-
food?
Nah, she would just kind of go off of like what she would hear, like you know what I'm saying, either like through
Okay.
eavesdropping or through like you know like we lived in a really small town, so I guess you know through what other people would say and stuff,
Reputation or something like that.
or if like I got into trouble with like with those friends, like then it's like automatic.
That's
and-
important. That's
See, my
important.
dad got to know them, and then like if we left the house, he definitely was there. You know what I'm saying? Like if your friends come over right quick, and it's like, all right, let's go out and get pizza or something like that. Then like he'd be with us. It was just more like, I guess I think in my brain, I was thinking that there's a lot of pressure for men when it comes to females of not making them feel uncomfortable, like such and such, like you as a
probably if
parent,
you're a weirdo.
as a parent,
If you're a weirdo, then yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of
but as like a
pressure.
parent, you let your child, your daughter, especially because they harder on us, you know,
Yeah.
that you let your daughter go to somebody's house and there's
Right.
another man there
Right.
besides your dad.
Uncles, brothers.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like it's more like a respect. Like you gonna know me, I'm gonna crack jokes. We can eat dinner together. We gonna laugh and something. But then when it comes to like hanging out, like I'm not just gonna talk to you separately, like by myself. Like I just noticed like people be like, your dad is so funny, but he don't really come out that much. But like they know him,
Right.
but it's just like he just was kind of like y'all, you know. If it was my daughter, I wouldn't want her to be kicking in house.
Well, y'all
somebody
wasn't
else's
talking
daddy.
about nothing. He was probably not interested, and he was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
From what you
Oh.
tell me about your dad, you know what I'm saying, he was definitely
Yeah.
doing his own thing.
My dad that raised me, it was my sister's dad. He passed away when I was 18, but he kind of is certain qualities about my dad remind me of you, and so I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like he was very about like he's working on something, he just be in there working on what he working on, and like he could be in there like forever, like literally forever.
It's crazy how that happens.
I'd be like, daddy,
yeah, them patterns and
hang out with us, like you know, or
Yeah.
something. But I get it because like what he was doing like helped, you know, build our family. Like he was like, so that's why a lot of times like me and him be talking. I be like, I understand, trust me. But like that was different because that's my daddy. You my man, like you my man. I want your time.
Yeah.
My dad's coming like, come on, hang out, do something. Like he hang out with us, but like he just very like he would just be into it, like into the books, into the computer, into like whatever he can do to continue to like grow the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
beautiful.
we understood. But then there was moments where he could be goofy and silly,
Right.
or just like whatever. So like I understand.
It's
like,
a
I'm not, you
balance.
know, ain't,
Yeah.
ain't no thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
That's dope.
Turn.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, I remember you from Austin, so you probably
Yes.
seen a lot of crazy stuff
All the
growing up in
time.
Austin.
Yes, all the
Can
time.
we have like one cool ass story of like the craziest shit that ever happened on 6th Street or something like that?
I've seen so much, you know, from fights and just all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah. If you've never been to Austin, people,
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
6th Street is like this weird place where they just close the whole street. It's a main ass
It's
street
the-
where
Yeah.
like people need to be driving down, but they're like, nah, We're gonna close this off so everybody
Yeah.
can just walk around here drunk.
It's like our version
It's
of
the Bourbon Street. Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
it's the Bourbon Street. If you ever been to New Orleans, Bourbon Street is like the place. But do you feel like living in Austin? Because I'm gonna say this: going to Austin.
She got to answer my question first.
Oh, I thought
before we move on.
I'm still thinking it's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me, but I've seen it all. You know, from not only so I feel like I had two phases.
Okay.
In Austin, I took it for granted growing up because 6th Street was always just right there. It's always right there. You know, we just kind of take it for granted.
Yeah.
And then I had a period from when I was maybe 21 to 23, 24, where every Friday and Saturday it was like, we going to 6th, we going to 6th, we going to park here, we going to pregame, we're going to do this. And, you know, you go to 6th and you go to the clubs. And that was its own thing. And then...
Ooh, and y'all locals, too, so you know all the good spots, too. Ooh.
Right, you know where to park, you know who got the cheap specials and all of that. But at some point, I got reacquainted with it as an artist. And so Austin is one of those places. If you want to perform every single day of the week, you can find a show to get on. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've had, you know, 3 shows in a night on a Saturday. Yeah. You just go to hit this spot, and this spot. You know, you perform, you get off stage, and you headed to the next one.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of different being on both sides, like in one phase like as a consumer and then in another way like as the product. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a learning experience. I've never as wild as people say it is, I've never felt unsafe. You know, I've gone out to I've gone out to shows and
that's your home, so I mean
right, you know, but 3-4 in the morning walking 4 or 5 blocks by yourself as a woman, you just kind of learn how to carry. I've never felt, you know, you learn how to carry yourself. You walk with purpose. Nobody's gonna try to, you know.
I fucking love Austin.
Yeah, you learn a lot. You learn a lot in the mix like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like Austin. I've definitely had lots of. I could tell my craziest story.
I was gonna say, tell me.
Have I told this before on the podcast?
Tell us.
So. We was on 6th Street for somebody's birthday. We went down there. And we took a cab down there because I forgot where we were staying.
Yeah. You told this story, but you got to tell her.
Austin's one of the places where they still got cabs. Kids, I don't know if y'all know what cabs are.
We got cabs here, too. Nobody use them. Nobody use them hoes.
But we took a cab, one of them van joints, and we went. And the lady was so nice. She was like, gave us her number. She said, man, at the end of the night, and if you need a ride, just hit me up. It's like, oh, cool. I'm not used to a cab doing that, right? So we go out, have a good time. Great night. Oh, the whole night was amazing. We was with it was me and 2 of my really close friends, and then some people they knew. I'm not going to get into the details of these people right now, but towards the end of the night, we walking back, getting ready to just maybe get the last little spot or whatever before we go home. And out of nowhere, like this random dude and this really huge black guy, just the 2 of them, start talking shit with one of the people that's in our crew. So the dude that's in our crew, he's drunk, and he starts talking shit, and he's like being real like flamboyant about it and shit, like, and this is weird. And they meet each other in the middle of the street. This white guy and not the big black guy. He was just chilling, just trying to see what was happening. Walk out in the middle of the street talking shit, and the dude that we was with for some reason goes, "Oh yeah, well then hit me." So the dude hit him.
Hit me. Yeah, hit us some sound effects.
I can't.
You gotta play Nuck If You Buck in the background.
Most definitely gotta play Nuck If You Buck.
Boom.
So
fighting in Austin. Boom.
One thing about me and my friends at that time is we wasn't trying to fight really, but we was definitely, if anybody ever fucked with anybody we was with, it's like an automatic, it's on. So it was on. Except this big ass fucking black guy that was with this dude. Now there was 4 of us and the 2 of them. So we was squabbling or whatever. I went and picked up the dude that was with us off the ground because the one hit knocked him straight to the ground.
It's like, come on, bro. He hit you. Get up.
Clean out. And so I went and got him up out the street first.
Yeah.
My Puerto Rican friend Jonathan starts squabbing with the white dude right there in the middle of the street.
I know, right?
Just like trying to do some. It was weird. Trying to do some boxing shit. I don't know what they was doing. Jonathan actually has hands, so he stuck him good a few times. So after that, the big black dude that was just back there trying to see what was going on, finally was like, "Oh, okay,
I guess I'll
time to
jump
step in."
Get everybody out the way.
So Jonathan sees him coming. He's like, "Oh fuck!" And he turns around and runs. The dude starts chasing him.
Oh no!
It's crazy. Jonathan picks up this giant like boulder thing, throws it at this dude. He's so big though, it just bounces off. He's just like bounces off of him, and it just enrages him even more. Like you know what I'm saying? The Hulk came out. Oh, so it just starts chasing around the car. We ended up running. The police is coming. I called a cab lady on the way while we was running, and she came and picked us up. And she was like, "Man, what's going on?"
I was waiting
she got one of them scanners in her car. The cops is talking about our fight. She was like, "Man, did y'all see that fight?" And we was like, "Oh yeah, no,
That's crazy.
That's crazy."
Friend back there bleeding and shit. Oh, what fight?
And that's what you don't want on 6th Street.
Definitely not.
You get run over by police bikes, trampled by horses. It's just not
the
worth
horses, they
it.
do be
It's
riding
not
horses,
worth
the police.
It ain't worth it.
I have a question. Do you think that something I'm not even from Austin, but I used to go there frequently. Like when I was single, when I say I used to go to Austin, like I love because Austin is my spirit animal city in Texas. Besides Corpus, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never been to Corpus.
It's like you said, walking 4 blocks. I don't feel. I feel like everybody there is artsy in a way, even if they're not an artist. They're just like. Yeah, like it says, the saying for people that don't know, keep Austin weird. It's a cool weird though. Like it's weird, but it's only because the people that aren't like free, they're just free out there. Like everybody's just so like, oh, I like your hair, or I like that expressive.
It's super contradictory to Texas.
Yeah, definitely an island in the middle.
But still like holds on to like the good values of like that, like you know, like everybody likes Texas for like certain reasons, like they have some good qualities, and Austin like kind of like holds on to those, like you know, the independence and like being able to do what I want type stuff,
right?
You know, but they're also just very liberal at the same time, so it's weird.
It's a good place to cut your teeth as an artist because you have that free. Everybody's, you know, on any given street corner you can find somebody doing music, painting something, doing something,
drumming on top of the bucket.
Definitely. You get exposed to all of that, and if you sit down and say, hey, teach me, or let me hang out with you, or you know, let me come jam on your set, let me learn this or that. People are free with their art, and so they're, like I said, there's a stage for you to get on anytime you want to get on a stage and perfect your craft. Like you can't, as far as cutting your teeth as an artist, there's no better place. I feel like
it is the New Orleans of Texas. I was just
I think that I used to call Austin Tex York because I feel like it was like the New York. To me, I feel like it was like a New York of Texas, just because I do feel like when I've been to New Orleans a couple times, I feel like Houston kind of reminds me of the rawness of how New Orleans is, and I feel like Austin.
We just got all the Katrina people over here, so
it
definitely feels like New Orleans.
New Orleans, but you know how like in Houston, the difference between like Austin and Houston, I feel is like Austin is more hipster, very, but it still gives me New York vibes, right? And I feel like bourbon, like New Orleans in general, gives me like that raw Southern, like black people, just black music. And I think Houston has like a lot of black, just a lot of like raw talent. Because I do feel like if you suck out here in Houston, like if you go somewhere and you're not that good, they might still cheer you on and give you confidence, but they're not gonna really rock with you. They'll just be like, "Oh, you did good, baby," you know.
I feel like Houston's for like black professionals, not necessarily like.
Houston itself,
you know what I mean.
I was just speaking on the music scene for the.
Do you feel like Austin's a good place like to thrive as a like artist and be like get big or anything? Like I don't really know.
As an artist, as a black artist that does urban music, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It can be a challenge because like you said, there are certain things that I feel like Austin still is clinging on to. When you think about like the Stevie Ray Vaughns that made it big out of Austin, that's the sound, you know, in order
they got the one. Y'all got Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and he was dope. Somebody definitely learn
he's
from.
dope. But they always say Stevie Ray Vaughan because it's like.
But I think you have to speak that language in Austin. If you want to get noticed, you got to have live music. Yeah. You can't just show up with tracks and be like, I'm dope.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So and people gonna listen to you even more if you have a guitar or an instrument in your hand. So you know, there's still certain steps you got to take and certain ways that you have to appear. I feel like to get the attention. to get big, to get the bigger platforms.
You don't feel that that's like training you to be like the best artist though, because I think that maybe we might be too lenient. Like I think some artists should be pick up an instrument
Stevie
or
Ray Vaughan,
learn how to do something.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. I get very sensitive when we start talking about white people that take black artistry and then like.
Is that what you hear in his music?
Oh, I don't. What do you think he got? What do you think he got? What he did from? Or who does it sound like? If you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan,
and
like
blues and
it's like for sure. But it's he definitely imitates a lot of like common black guitarists, but he's white doing it, so now it's different.
Yeah.
But black people do that shit all the time.
I mean, it's
on the
story
regular.
of America, story of the United States.
I'll be getting sensitive about that. I don't mean to. But Stevie Ray Vaughan is dope. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't mean to talk shit. I ain't trying to talk shit.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
I feel you.
I was thinking, is it maybe like that in Austin? Like, damn, it's like you be doing greatness, but a lot of other people kind of like come and like try to emulate that maybe, and then.
I feel like yes, but I feel like it's like that everywhere. You know, sure. I might be the 8th or 9th black female rapper that you've seen, but you might see the 10th one and she's white, and all of a sudden it's a novelty. You know, now you know T.I. had met how many black women?
Like
yeah, but he met Iggy, and she was the one that deserved the blow up and the support and everything. It's like, why?
Yeah.
There's lots of people out here that's actually rapping and can write their own music, and you know what I mean. But we don't get the look because it's not different.
It's natural, yeah. Because like for black people, it's like natural. Like it's
right.
Not saying talent is natural. I'm saying like rhythm shit.
Yeah.
Like
More
rhythm.
than that though, is rhythm, style, is being able to find something that everybody else is gonna be like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
True.
Because it's so much that black people do that it's like it's almost like you're fighting to stand out amongst a bunch of like born into rhythm as people. You know what I'm saying?
Naturally gifted, talented,
like,
grew up and
they be
singing
like,
in church.
oh, you're black, duh, you can sing. And you're like, what? That's not true. Because not everybody black can sing. Not everybody black, you know what I'm saying? But it's almost like it feels like that when you're like you said, grew up in church or whatever. You think like, well, yeah, that's y'all. That's what y'all do. But when some white person comes in with soul, it's different for them because you know, not every white person possesses like that soul.
Keep going back. Go back to Elvis and before, you know.
I love white people, by the way. I'm sorry. But, you know, y'all know.
Good music is good music. Art is art. But, yeah, I will agree that, you know, it could be something that we've done a gazillion times, but somebody of a different color does it. And all of a sudden it's the, you know, best thing since sliced bread. I've seen it and I've lived it. And, you know.
I guess
it just makes me want to go harder.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Work harder.
How do y'all like pick y'all's like favorite artists? I was just thinking about that. Like, I'm like a beat person, so like my favorite artists, I like them just based off of the beats they pick.
I like that. Yeah, but for me, somebody who enjoys the harmony. I'm listening to some vocal production.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we just started off with Sir. It's just the way he delivers, and you know.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
You know,
but that beats it's everything.
Right, the way he rides the beat.
It's
you know,
everything.
You could be trash, but if you picked a dope ass beat, I'll probably still like you a little bit.
But you don't like them, huh? You just like the beat.
No, there's like picking a good beat is a whole like just skill in its own, minus the rap. So and being a producer is like I if you could just pick a good beat, I don't really got to listen to you talk. I don't really listen to your words anyway.
I don't know.
But
as a lyricist, I'm going to be a stickler. And, you know, if it's everything to me, like I just said, everything has to be art. If it's just vulgar for the sake of being vulgar, I probably can't get with it. But if, you know, there's a difference between Rihanna Ratchet and some other kind of ratchet that's just trying to shock you for no reason. You know what I mean? There's a way to be artsy about anything. And if I feel that someone has tried to put that art into it, then I can rock with it. Yeah. So, you know, it's going to be a combination of things for me. So, definitely the beat has to appeal because that's the first connection. Yeah. Do I want to move? Does it make me want to get up and dance? You know?
Maybe want to smile, maybe want to
whatever. Yeah. But then what is the artist bringing to the track? You know what I mean? So it's got to be more than the beat for me.
Cause for like being an artist that does produce too, I definitely like it be little stuff in the beat that I'll hear almost like an ad lib, like little stuff in the beat that'll be like the ad lib version of the vocals or something, and I'm like, oh, do you hear that drop? You hear that? Oh, and I'm like, like the stank face, you know. Yeah. But then if the artist ain't doing what they supposed to do on there, I'll end up just like probably looking at the instrumental only.
Right.
You don't really got to do a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You know, it's
keep
like,
it simple.
You know, like it doesn't take much. Like it's simple. Simple is always like the more you can do out of simplicity is like that's like what art is supposed to be. Like you're supposed to do the most out of the least, and that's supposed to be like true art. But you know,
So you don't like stuff that's overproduced.
I love stuff that's overproduced. I love it all. No, I love it all.
I love.
But coming from a place where like I just try to be as creative as possible and as productive as possible. So if it ever gets to the point where I'm trying to be too meticulous on this and it's taken away from just getting stuff done and being creative, then no, let's not do that. Let's just dumb it down. Let's be simple.
Yeah.
I'm a
Efficiency.
DJ too, so and I know like what works in the club, be the simplest stuff.
Yep.
And
like, what?
you know, and I like that because I like to make the people dance and have a good time. So if that's what's doing
That's
it,
a skill in itself, being able to read the crowd. Okay, and then what direction do I take them next?
Yeah.
You know,
We were talking about that.
you don't really take them anywhere. They kind of just
they lead you.
you kind of you kind of just y'all kind of just rock out with each other and go along this ride together.
You
Hopefully,
Exchange.
rocking
if it's
with
ever
me.
like if it's ever different,
rocking
then
with
it's
me.
not working.
Okay.
When I go, I don't know. Do you feel like when you're out there on 6th Street, has it diminished its value a little bit? Because I will say, from an outsider,
Right.
I guess visiting, I be going to the Domain.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
The
I think there's some
Domain.
hesitation.
Oh, shit.
To me, as somebody who also curates events and has curated events on
okay.
6th Street,
Okay.
it's tough to get people to come out. The people that I want to come out,
Your type of
are-
people.
right?
Yeah.
They not trying to come and park and walk and then deal. So with 6th Street, you got UT campus right there within a few blocks. So you got a lot of kids, a lot of young folks doing a lot of
Yeah.
young folks stuff. People throwing up in the street, and a
Yeah,
lot of
dumb
a lot of the
shit.
young urban
Yes.
professionals that I'm trying to target, they really not trying to deal with all
Yeah.
that. They want to go somewhere where they can get valet and
Yeah.
nice
Or
surroundings.
just feel
Now that
like
they busy as
Domain
hell,
is-
they you know what I'm saying they on this
Yeah.
scholarship, they gotta stay. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even got time to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
Right.
it's crazy because I even noticing the type of crowd. Like I realized that if I were to ever do another show in Austin, I would want to target like the Domain audience. But it's like I need the hypeness of 6th Street, but with the audience of the Domain,
Right.
Because Domain, for people that don't know, it's like the mall out there, but they also have bars and stuff there, like Kung Fu Saloon,
Right.
Wonder Bar, like all those places like that. So
Yeah.
it's very retro, very hipster, but it's clean. Like it's very
Yeah,
clean, but
it's
you still can
comfortable.
find good music.
Oh, it's new age
Right.
mall, so it's on the outside.
Yeah, it's like out, like you're walking.
Outside
Yeah,
mall.
you're walking around,
Upscale.
like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
upscale. It's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not like you don't have to be like rich to go there. It's just more of like if you really want to have a good time, you can still turn up and get loose or whatever. But you don't have to be feeling like, why is there so much trash in the street? Like
Right.
6th Street is like literally like Bourbon Street. It's trashy.
Yeah, panhandlers.
Yeah, you know, it's
somebody sleeping
dirty.
over here, somebody partying
Yeah.
over there. It's a lot going on.
But they move that shit like clockwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've been up whenever it's time to go back to regular, and it's like,
yeah, when you're
whoa.
driving on the
Yeah.
street and you're like, this was last night. Like, you don't even seem like they cleaned it up.
Right.
You can go to Voodoo Donut, you can go all these places or whatever.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the promoters and people that throw shows around Austin are trying to find that balance. How do we get that crowd out, but then give them an experience like they would get, the live music,
Yeah.
experience like they would get on 6th Street. So we still trying to find it,
What's your favorite place to perform on 6th Street?
On 6th Street. And I've performed at a lot of them, but I will say one place that I've been able to enjoy as a consumer, as a 23-year-old drinking Malibu rum and Coke or whatever.
Drinking tropical rum, Hera.
So
Hera cho-
there's a venue down there called Flamingo Cantina.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is notorious for bringing in a lot of reggae and world music.
Yeah.
I had a lot of nights there as a young person, and actually the woman who has owned that place, she's actually one of the longest running venues on 6th Street. So it's just like a lot of other places similar, where you have clubs that open and then they close, and different owners, and it's kind of this shift. But they've been there consistently over 20 years, which is crazy. And this is a
Longer than
woman-owned
Maggie
venue,
Mays. They've been
right?
there longer than Maggie Mays.
As long as, I want to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, like an institution down there. And so when I started when I came back out as a different person, as a mom, and started performing, when she saw me, she said, hey, well, whenever you want a stage, this is your stage. So when I started throwing shows, whenever I wanted to perform, it was always there. So that's always going to be like my home on 6th
like
Street.
a special place.
Anything that I want to do, the door is always open. Nice. And just the embracing of a different kind of music. Because, you know, anywhere on 6th Street, you're going to hear some country rock, but to hear some Sizzlers, some Capletons, some reggae, like it's a different feel. So I'm gonna say Flamingo Cantina is
Flamingo Cantina.
Yeah, that's my spot
check
down
that
there.
Out.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
we gotta go one night.
There. Yeah,
I'll take you down there.
It's a lot of Austin. I'm not gonna. Let me just. In my single days, Austin was my getaway. Go kick it with somebody.
Yeah.
Go party. Go whatever. You know.
Yeah. It's a nice
and
place
so
to
yeah,
be.
it was definitely like a getaway for me. It was like nobody knows me for real out here. Let me go have fun. Let me just be free.
I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna give you a different perspective of Austin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Austin. Well, the last time I went to Austin when I was like taken, when I was like not single, he didn't go with me. It was like for my birthday.
Okay.
I hate this story, but just because of the simple fact, I feel like when my birthday comes around, like when I'm with somebody, I be feeling like in the past, I've always felt like my birthday's always the one where some shit happens, but then like their birthday be all perfect and special, and I just be like,
you know, yeah.
So he wasn't there. He's supposed to be there, but he didn't come to my birthday extravaganza. And that was the last time. I had to plan my own shit because like it was getting to the point where it was so he was taking so long that I was like, are we doing like what?
Women don't always plan their own birthdays.
So let me just say, I don't mind planning my own birthday. Okay. But when I'm with somebody, I try to leave the room for, are we going to do something by ourselves together?
I got you.
And then, because my friends be like, when you're single, you automatically, me and my friends going to turn up, me and my girls, whoever.
I got you.
But when I'm taking, it's like, I need to leave that space for like, if my man want to do a date night for me or just whatever. Yeah. And then if you don't come up with something, I'm not mad. I just need to know so that way I won't
like the next thing.
You know, because my friends, they gonna ask, what you doing for birthday this year? What you doing for birthday? And I'm just like, no, wait a minute, guys, hold on. Let me make sure my man ain't trying to, do something or whatever. And then they understand. But then after it gets closer and closer and nothing's being said, then I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. But I still want you there, and I'm not mad.
What if I'm trying to surprise you?
Then just say, hey, I'm trying
to surprise you.
No, like. Because the surprise is like if I don't know what you're gonna do, but we're grown, like we're not kids. Like you need to tell me, like block my schedule off. No. You know what I'm saying? But you don't gotta tell me what it is. Just be like, hey, leave this space open for me, and then on these days, do whatever you're doing with your friends. Right. That way I know, and that's all I asked. And then he was just like, oh, I don't know, didn't know nothing. Then the week before, I'm like, okay, nah. So I had to just make up this 90s party. I made up this 90s idea to every day. Every day was 90s, like every day. I like that. So everybody like dressed up. No, Saturday was the 90s day, but the first day was like dinner. The second night in Austin was like 90s day where we did like two different outfits. Week? It was a weekend.
You know she did. Come on now.
It was like that Friday. Everybody drove down to Austin. We got checked into the hotel. We stayed at the Renaissance. It was like it was nice. Yeah. We stayed there. Everybody was like so happy. My friend Candy flew in from New Orleans. Like people like came.
Wow.
And we was like dinner, and the next day was 90s all day. And the crazy part was Dogwood, the place Dogwood, they were having a 90s brunch.
Oh, that's dope.
That same day. We didn't even know. We were like, what the hell? So we got to go there. Is that just means
you dress up 90s or the music is 90s? And, okay.
But it worked because like Austin's so retro. Yeah. And then the fact that it was having we was like, yo, this couldn't have been a perfect weekend. So we went there all dressed in our like daytime 90s, and then we went out again later on that night at the Domain and hopped around all these retro looking places to make it feel like we were in another decade. That's dope. And we had a different 90s like our nighttime 90s outfit on. Everybody committed. Like I love a good theme. I love when everybody's just committed to the thing.
Men are so basic. We don't do none of this.
No, it was men there too. It wasn't.
Are you gonna do this for your birthdays as you get older? You gonna be like
men were there.
You're going to be planning out, like, having a whole weekend for your birthday? Like, a whole week, every day? No, we should, bro.
You know what?
I'd
have to say it just depends because living in Corpus, my guitarist, we used to do this thing every year for his birthday, go float the river. And was it New Braunfels?
Yeah.
And during that moment, though, we all had to, like, dress like something weird, like something retro, something. And every grown ass people, 40 and up, 30 and up, doing it, and they don't care. Like everybody's like, hell yeah! So everybody's wearing like fanny packs. Like we just out there, and they would make it a thing. they started this thing called the bike progressive, where like if you everybody has a bike and you ride.
Is this for birthdays still?
Yeah, a guy's
crazy.
birthday, not girls.
Okay.
And they created this thing where if you just say like it's your birthday, everybody has a bike, like an actual bike where you pedal. You go to maybe 3 different people's houses in the group of friends, right? In whether apartments, whatever, right? And so everybody's riding to one place and just say there's a bunch of shots like laid out, and you go in. As soon as you walk into the house, you gotta do whatever you're supposed to do at this house.
Wow.
So you go in and everybody's like shots and like and you stay at that house for however long, 30 minutes, whatever. Get back on the bike. So every time you go somewhere, you're getting more fucked up. Hey.
Y'all love this song. I feel feeling weird playing this song when it's people's birthdays and I'm DJing. Because I don't know if you're gonna get offended or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they never get offended.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
Never get offended.
Yeah.
Never. And I will say when he DJed, it's different when it is your birthday. Because I poor baby, I was so embarrassed. It was his first. It was my first birthday with him, like us being together, and I was so embarrassed because I got fucked up. Really? Okay,
she celebrated her birthday. Is what
he said. I was throwing up all kind of shit, and I was like, I did
what
outside the car. He said something like, "That's one thing about Lakeita. I'm not gonna lie.
That's one thing about Lakeita. She talks about herself in the third person.
If I ever throw up, it's never gonna be during the event. Like for some weird reason." I don't ever like try to go past my limit, but if I can, it's like everything might add up. And if for some reason, like after 2:00, it's almost like Cinderella, like at midnight, bing. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like,
the
now
spell
I
wears
gotta throw
off.
up.
And fellas, you just got to know that look. You got to know when she being too still and too quiet. Oh no. Pull over, let her get it out real quick.
I'll be honest too. I'll be like, I got the.
You wasn't.
I didn't do it this time.
No,
That's
you
what I'm
wasn't.
saying. I felt so bad. He tried to prevent it. I remember him trying to prevent it, and then all of a sudden, like prevent, and then all of a sudden, I just remember like reaching my head out the window, like, wow.
No, I ain't had one of them days in a long time. So.
That was after I pulled over.
Oh, what?
You did that after I saw we was chilling and getting ready to leave, and we left, and I was like, oh no, look at her. So we pulled over. You did your thing, and then after that, on the ride, still they had a little more.
That's like the second time this year throwing up outside of a moving car.
Wow.
But I don't. For the people, I don't get fucked up. Okay,
this is not a usual.
No, it's definitely like I can count like literally. I don't like getting outside of my self because I don't really not saying I don't trust people, but it's like it's right there. Okay. I'd rather just compose myself because I'm normally always the mom of the friends. Like gotcha. We be having friends that just don't be caring, and they be knowing that if Lakeita's there, we'll be fine. I'm like, that's not fair. So around him, I felt like it was my birthday. I can finally like not be the mom for once. I guess you could say
that makes sense.
You know, because I'm like, no, y'all. Everybody in this room, I done took care of at least all of y'all when y'all was fucked up, and tonight is mine.
You still do that? In my adult life, I'm not doing that anymore.
We did. 2 of our friends got fucked up.
Oh, no. That's because of y'all, though. Like, if it was up to me, no.
It's just more like because I care about y'all. So it's like,
I care
it's
too.
almost like, I know you care, but what I'm saying is like, I think girls, like, we just go through this thing like, oh, girl, hold my hair. Like, we do a bunch of shit. And it's to the point where it's like, especially if you're a female and you messed up, I'm not going to leave you there because you could get a guy could come mess with you, like whatever. And it's your fault. I'm going to talk shit the next day.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I can't do nothing about it. You're already fucked up.
Oh, I feel you. But there's nothing wrong getting fucked up. But make a plan.
Yeah.
Don't let it be some random and now you fucked up and now
at somebody else's.
You know what I mean? But because that's what being responsible is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get fucked up, like plan on doing that, and then but don't let it be like, oh, I ain't mean to get fucked up, and now I'm out here.
Be in a safe environment around people you trust.
It's like that, and then just if you drove, like sober up, like that's why I was able to have fun on my birthday because I'm not irresponsible. Like if I drove, I wouldn't have got messed up. You know what I'm saying? Even if I know he would have drove for me, if I would have drove, I still wouldn't have got messed up because it's still my car. Yeah. Like I'm just like that. Yeah. Like I would have been like, no, I'm just gonna chill tonight. I might get fucked up tomorrow when I ride with my friend or something.
Called being responsible.
Yeah,
you got
and
to.
people don't be. They just assume like, oh, you're here. She got my back. Boom. Let's get fucked up. And I'm
I
like,
make sure you know I'm not that friend. I'd like to let you know I'm not that friend.
Right.
I gotta go home. I have to go home. Like I'm not
in one piece safely.
Yeah.
Look, we can call you an Uber or whatever. No, you
That
can't,
too.
you can't even take an Uber drunk, right?
yeah, you can't. You just can't throw it. You can't like the
You just
Uber.
can't throw it.
Like the Uber driver has the every right to decline you as like they pull up and you're like so messed up and they feel like this person's gonna be crazy. They can decline you,
Gotcha.
but they can still. That's the point of Uber is like if you fucked up, you're supposed to take an Uber. You ain't supposed to drive.
Yeah.
So then,
that's true.
So then it's like, but if you throw up in their car, it's like a $200 fine.
Yeah.
So $200 something.
$200, man.
Yes.
Come holler at me tomorrow. I'm gonna clean this up real quick in like 30 minutes. We good.
Throw up in my car, right? I used to want somebody. I didn't want nobody to throw up, but I used to wish. I'm like, oh, they drunk. Get in here. Throw up right now. Give me that money.
I had somebody throw up my car. I wish I was getting paid for it, but nah. It's just,
Can't do it.
It's so crazy because even as like even being fucked up, I still not gonna throw up in your car.
Yeah.
Like I threw up on the outside. Like I still have sense enough to be like, open the window. It might get on your windows and shit.
Like it might be a little.
Yeah, it might be on your windows.
Yeah.
It might get in the cup holder on the
it's gonna be
door.
something you can wipe off real quick.
Exactly. Yeah.
I ain't never had nobody throw up in my car, but
Yeah.
I've definitely threw up out of some moving cars. And be like splat and like, oh
no.
sorry.
Oh,
Everybody
my
sit on the
God.
window. Sorry.
Man, I don't mean to backtrack, but I wanted to ask this
Let's
question
backtrack.
earlier about the manager thing.
Yeah.
What is the process of going through like being an artist and then like coming to a realization, oh, I think I want a manager, and then like even finding a manager, and then how's that working out?
I think it really just depends on, because some artists are fortunate enough to know the right people to be able to recommend a manager like right away. And so they've kind of always had someone to do certain things for them.
Okay.
And that works for some people. I feel like I'm fortunate in that I got to learn like so many different aspects of the game before a manager came around.
Gotcha.
So now we can have an educated conversation back and forth.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are the things that I bring to the table. This is the things you bring to the table. Let's maximize on both sides.
Right.
So, but it's like I said, it's been almost a year. I've gotten good things out of it, obviously. And it's completely, I think, worth it to have another pair of eyes out there looking for you, looking on your behalf, another pair of hands, that you can depend on.
Yeah.
Or that
just
says, hey,
focused on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you need to hold up and write for the next month, so I'm going to handle this, and this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, no, it's totally worth it, I think, at some point. Mm-hmm. It's going to be different for every artist. Like I said, some people are fortunate enough to have it at the beginning. Some people, 10 years in, here it is,
Yeah. But y'all keep it strictly business, or do y'all get personal at all? Because I feel like a manager, like I would want like a manager to like know me personally as well as.
So I feel like there's a few different schools on that, because you do have people that want to manage you holistically, and they don't want to just manage you as the artist. They want to manage. They want to
life coach type shit.
Right. They want to know. They want to know like what your relationship status is, what your family, what your bills look like, because all that
it's kind of important. Yeah,
it's definitely important.
It all goes into the art.
It's definitely important. But you know what? I feel like I've been able, because I have all this sort of background for myself, and I have my own agency and I have my own connections here in a lot of ways. Now, my manager is based in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I don't have anybody here on the ground to do the things I would normally do. Like, he's going to show up, make sure the venue, everything's in place before I get there, et cetera. He's, I don't have that. And I'm still kind of doing it for myself, and that's fine. This is what people have come to expect.
Yeah.
And it's also part of my image as a businesswoman.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I handle things myself. It's important that people know that that's how I rock. But no, we keep it professional.
Yeah.
We keep it really professional. And, every now and then, because you do have to get to know the person that you're working with.
Right.
Know how they operate. Know when they're out of pocket, know kind of what, loosely what's going on. But, like I was just saying earlier, it's a balance, just like with everything. Right. It's a balance. And I think we found it, and I'm fortunate in that regard.
Oh, this
if
is
I had a manager that lived in Austin, it might be a little much for me. It might be a little, like I might have to be like, hey, you don't need to, But we don't have to have that conversation, because he's there and I'm here. And when we need to be together on the phone, if there's a big event or something he needs to be here for, he comes out, and I like it. We got a good setup.
Yeah, I mean, you grew up there, so I can't imagine anybody having more connections than you already. It's like, dang, you're already.
You know, we know all the same people. Like,
yeah,
you know.
That's cool.
Email him so he can forward it to me. Listen, no, it doesn't. You know, so it works.
That's cool. I've always like, I feel like as you become more serious with your craft, like a manager is like an inevitable thing, I guess. I think because. For instance, I'm terrible with social media. Like I probably make myself way less successful because I don't do anything with that. I'll be so focused on my artistry, and I don't want to compromise that at all. But at the same time, I do want to have a business. I am a business, so I do need to find a balance.
It's like you need a marketing manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it might not be, you might not need management to where you need someone to come and say, hey, Koala, it's time to get up and write, or it's time to get up in this, or it's time to go to the gym. You don't need that kind of management.
No.
You just need someone, you need agent. My dad broke it down to me. He said, you don't need management, you need agency. So you need someone to go out and scope out the opportunities for you. Oh, someone's shooting a commercial. Someone is got a movie role open. Somebody is got a liquor brand they want to bring to market. You know what I mean? That's what, you know, so you really kind of have to decide what role you want that person to play and delegate.
And find that,
Yeah, and I think it's possible. It's just you kiss a lot of frogs, and there's a lot of people that will happily call themselves your manager, but they don't know what it takes to actually be a manager. Yeah, they think being a manager is what, telling you what to do, getting, you know.
No. For me, a manager would be taking questions away from me and like making like not less decisions for me, but like make it just so that like I can just do this and I don't have to worry about this other stuff. Like, 'cause I don't want to be worried, and I'm not going to worry about this other stuff. It's more.
You take things off your
focus
plate.
on the craft, like you said.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. It is, because you know your art is what's going to eventually bring the revenue back in. You know, if it all works as it's supposed to. And the better that is, and the better you're able to focus on that, the bigger I think the rewards will be for everybody. Everybody eats when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I have an issue sometimes whenever people try to be like this person. I haven't reached out to them because I'm just like nervous about it. Because I do think that sometimes when some managers come off as like it's almost like less beneficial to you, more beneficial to them. To be your manager, to put their name on something that you've already built. And like, okay, for example.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me make sure I understand what you said. You said like more beneficial to them or you?
Meaning they need you more than you need them.
They need you.
Make
Because I
look
think
good.
that when you come together, you need both. It's almost like equal. It's like they're gonna look great as being your manager because like you're already amazing. So it's like this is gonna look good for me. Have this artist under my belt, and then it's gonna be good for you. But then sometimes I feel like I get approached and I get nervous about reaching out because they're like they just saw me perform, right, and so they see something and they're like, oh, this girl. But all that work you did all that, like you did all that.
Do they see the money?
That's what I'm saying. It almost seems like
that's cool.
It's
if they see the money, then I'm like, okay, let's do it.
But I guess it's almost like, can they help? It's like, are they going to help you achieve that, or they just like want to put their name? Like they see something great in you, and like I'm hopping on this bandwagon, versus it being like, I know I see something great in you, and I know how I can help you get to the next level by the opportunities or whatever it is. And so I get nervous because it seems like people see that and they're just like, oh, basically I just want to say that I'm your manager because you're already doing all the work for me, but I'm just gonna put my name behind it so that whenever whenever you do make it off the work you're already doing, then it's like I can just say, oh, I'm your manager. Yeah.
Well,
that's real though. Think about how many major artists you've heard of that had to like sue their managers because the manager was doing, you know what I mean? Like that happens all the time. And even really intelligent, really successful artists fall for that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the only way to do it, like I was saying earlier, is just assume positive intent. Okay, you say you want to do this. Yeah. And of course, like all of us,
that's why I said the money.
I'm gonna let you work and let's
a
see
manager's
if you can
job
actually...
is to make you money, right? So that they can make money, right?
Yes.
So for me, a manager, like I would trust that manager if he looked at me and was like, dude, I know how we can make a bunch of money. Like I'd be like, oh, cool. I see where your head's at, and that's great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you realize making me money makes you money. Like, and that's where I need your head to be, because I don't need you for anything else, honestly. I'm just trying to make some...
You don't want the one that's trying to blow your head up.
I don't need nobody to help me with the art. I don't need nobody to help me with any of that other shit, but how we making money? Let's do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I want that for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess I know I'm gonna reach out to him. I got nervous because like I checked the Instagram, and I know that's probably not always good because some managers don't really have following anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like when I see like even just whatever you did post, if I don't feel like it, I don't know how to describe
He
it.
had pictures with like other artists
Or
and stuff.
yeah, like
Some
if it
other
don't
fame,
show,
Usher was
if it
on
doesn't
there.
show me like like the artist that you're managing, or be like manager for, and you add their Instagram in their bio, something. Because like to me now it kind of makes me feel like you saw that in me, and you're like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I'm not saying it's this guy, but it's been plenty of times.
You trust yourself. You know you pick up on the vibe from people. So maybe having the conversation will give you
and
them
I am
answers.
going to. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm not going to just be in the
Because you
dark.
listen to
but
how people address you. You listen to what they say. You listen to what they don't say. And you're like, okay, you make your own assessment.
So I'm definitely going to talk to him. But I guess I was
Yeah.
just nervous because I was like, man, I don't even know. Like, but I'm not afraid of the conversation. It's just more like, all right, I guess I'd be nervous about making the wrong decision, but I know I'm going to make the one that makes sense. But I guess I'll just be like, dang, this is my first time getting like approached about it in person versus like DM or whatever.
But you're interviewing them though, right? That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
And then give yourself an out. Say, okay, well, let's try this on a trial basis for 6 months and let's see what happens. And then we can opt out. Either party can opt out. Be on that point. No harm, no foul. I mean, sometimes you just got to try it with people and see what they're about.
Yeah. So I would like to have somebody like booking. Like I do that already, and I just want to focus on the art. Like I just really want to have somebody like booking shows, like making money, like you said, finding ways to make money, but also putting me in front of some bigger names, like bigger, just more exposure, just bigger things, and then being able to be hands-on with like, hey, I know this videographer. Hey, I know this person that can get you on the next level. Like just always focusing on bringing me to the next level and not just like, you're already doing this. So that, you know what I'm saying? I just want somebody that I feel like when I get the manager that is like, that you can tell that I have a manager. Like there has to be a difference between like what I'm doing now and then adding somebody to the team. They should be only like elevating.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. They shouldn't be riding your coattails.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
But I'm not saying it's this guy because I don't want to be watch the show and be like, what? You thought that I was going to do that to you or something. I'm not saying it's that guy, but I just feel like that's what makes me nervous.
It's a big decision.
I would like 2022. I definitely would like a manager because I feel like I need somebody that's going to put me in front of these people. Like I just honestly think that's the only thing that's missing. It's like just being in front of that right people at the right time.
Right.
To see it and just be like, oh yeah, this girl got something. You know what I'm saying? And it don't even got to be a label. It just got to be somebody that's going to make some kind of move.
Somebody that's got some money. Come on now. Come
with
invest in us
money.
real quick for a little minute. I promise
you it will
For
be
real.
worth your time for sure.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
I feel like that'd be my struggle right now is just trying to find people that have like ready capital, like to, make moves.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's no way to get around it.
Because, because we plan these big things and then of course they take the money to make them like happen like you want them to.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a whole alcohol. I'm sure that was a crazy process.
I mean, it takes some investment, but when you believe in the product and you believe in yourself, you know, at this point, there are no excuses. If this fails, it's not going to be because it doesn't taste good.
Right.
It's going to be because I didn't do what I needed to do to get it out there. And really, so every video that I make, every second of social media, my brand needs to be somewhere. You know what I mean? And so I think what I'm trying to build toward now is, so I may have mentioned earlier, we've been talking a long time. I'm not a going out just for the sake of going out type of person. So, but even when I'm not in a place, my brand should be in that place.
Right.
So I'm trying to build to that point. So, the DJ, he got his signage or she got her signage, you know what I mean? And then, once every hour, hey, go make sure you get your Hera Tropical Rum on special at the bar. You know what I mean? So I'm at home writing in my bubble, unbothered, undisturbed, but the work is still being done.
They say a business is a direct reflection of like your business is a direct reflection of your personal growth and development as a person.
Unless that business is false. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If it's not if it's not of you and
Wall
you don't
Street
believe
niggas,
in
nice
it.
try. No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
So, these are not these are not Foreman grills or Hera grills.
Oh man, hold up. No. Somebody had
y'all
a
like
passion for
nasty
the
food?
grills with that Foreman grill, because that thing was amazing. That Foreman grill, yeah.
And somebody brought him that idea and said, "Hey, this could be your name on this thing." And he
Honestly, you wouldn't even be bad if you had got a little grill, because people like to eat and
that might be
drink.
next.
Never made that.
Hey,
yeah.
as long as we can make it art, can we make that art?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can make that shit
Never
art.
made the air fried, man. You was in your
Oh,
bag on that
yeah.
mug. You,
The air fryer, nice healthy
I'm
option.
still tripping out the people who
I don't
Lifestyle,
trust it.
lifestyle.
It's too easy. I don't trust it.
Shoot, they said that should be crunchy.
I know it's too good and it's too easy. I'm telling you.
Like, how y'all do that?
You know what I mean? It's too good to be
How
true.
did y'all do that?
Yep.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is the? I'm sorry. I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to make sure I'm asking all the right questions. What is your dating like? Are you single? Are you like?
Okay, I was gonna
Oh.
bring this up earlier
Yeah,
when you were
'cause I-
talking about your birthdays. I was like, people do this? Like your boyfriend play? So because a long time ago, I really did make the decision that music was gonna have to be my boyfriend. I
Yeah,
just did.
facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
because I feel like there's no way that I can focus on what I need to do and get myself in the place to where I need to create at the level that I know I can and should be at this point, and have this pull, this
Yeah.
constant pull.
especially if they are a
Sorry.
You got to be a part of the. You got to be a part of the.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah, I was like, especially if they are the pool.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
and you know,
yeah.
they deserve somebody that maybe can give that sort of attention, but
Yeah.
I have to be in my own
Yeah.
zone
Yeah.
a lot, unapologetically. And one thing as artists is we translate the feelings and we put them into our pieces, but that means we also kind of got to feel that. You know, I can't write about heartache if I never felt it. I mean, I can, but it'll be superficial. It won't connect.
Right.
It's not genuine.
Yeah.
So, you know, rejection, jealousy, envy, fear, you know, like you have to kind of go through that, and your person kind of has to understand that.
Yeah.
You know, and heaven forbid if y'all both artists and they going through it and you going through it, and it's just, you know,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I'm really trying to devote all my bandwidth to my music.
Yeah.
I do have somebody that I like and that I date, but he's just like me.
Yeah.
It's all music all the time, 2, 3 in the morning. And then
Yeah.
we get to work on something together. Oh my God, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's there. And I figure, you know, if I'm 50, 60, 70, and somebody's still going to want to date me. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Okay,
So
black don't crack back.
all
that.
that is gonna be
When
there.
you told me you had sons, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like,
Yeah.
Are-
Well, you know, okay, so this is what I did. I put the cart before the horse in my life. I tell people that there was a time, 15 years, that I didn't write songs. So I started out as a rapper. I've been a rapper forever. That's just who I am.
she dope, y'all.
It's just in me.
Yeah.
But for 15 years, I didn't write a rap. I didn't do anything, and I couldn't figure out what was missing. Like, I'm like, why do I not feel happy enough? You know what I mean? I'm just surviving. I'm working, taking care of them.
Fulfilled, satisfied,
Right.
yeah.
Right. But that's what was missing, music. So it's like I did the family stuff and I did what I had to do and busted my ass and still bust my ass to make all of that work. But just to give it's just to give myself the space to do it comfortably. Make sure I have the equipment that I need. You know, when I need to get some wardrobe or get some photos taken, I can do it. I'm comfortable. If I need to pay for studio time, if I want to record myself and build my own studio, I can, you know what I mean? So
Whatever you can
I've
do to
worked
create.
for that.
Yeah.
I've worked for that.
Hey.
So, you know,
Yeah, you
everything
gotta
else
get
got to just contribute.
yeah.
Yeah,
love it. I
add to
love
that.
it.
Let's
And
build
that's-
on
and,
that.
and that's literally what it is. Like he was saying, like dedication and
Yeah.
like devotion, honestly, because I feel like that was something in my past relationships that was kind of like a strain, because they were like, even I feel so bad. Y'all, my last ex was not a bad person. Okay, sorry. I just had to
There's
say
no such
that.
thing as bad people. We just make
Yeah.
bad decisions.
But like, you know,
see.
I be feeling bad because I refer back to that relationship because it was my most recent one.
Okay.
But there was a point in time where he like almost got so upset with me that I was so focused. It was weird.
Oh.
Like he was like, I feel like you do this and all you care about is this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah. Like,
Was he a musician?
Like what? He DJs.
Okay.
Like he knows he like does like the scratching. Like he knows how to do.
Okay,
Like, the old
got
school,
you.
like,
The scratching.
Yeah.
he's like really into like the vinyl.
Okay.
like scratching. So, but he wasn't doing it as freak. It's almost like I didn't even know. I'm being
He
honest.
wasn't dedicated.
Yeah.
If he didn't understand, then he couldn't have been dedicated.
That's true.
Because honestly, I didn't know he was a DJ until he told me. And they was like, yeah, I used to DJ out here. And then everybody's like, yeah, he used to do blah, blah, blah. But I was doing shows and stuff in the city where you saying, you know what I'm saying? But I never knew you was a DJ.
That's crazy.
Wow. And then they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, my equipment broke.
Well, there are just some DJs that just do it there are hobby DJs though. Like
yeah,
that is
there
a
are
thing.
for sure.
Or audiophiles
like
that like
said,
love vinyl and.
But like you said, they're not gonna understand.
Hey, Theo, hey man, you want to relax in there, player? I know you in there, but relax, man.
He wants to come be on the podcast and
Can't
talk.
do that. There's too much chords out here, man. Go lay down, son. Go lay down. We almost done. Go lay down. We almost done. Go lay down.
He can't even look. He can't just peek.
He can look, but he acting up.
But he doing a lot in there. I got expensive stuff in there. He don't need to be doing too much.
I see.
Go on, lay down, play. I love you. Go lay down.
Big boy.
And it's okay to do stuff like as a hobby, as an outlet, whatever.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's not gonna understand the severity of how I felt. Because like you can say, oh yeah, I do this, I know, but it's like no, because like I would have known you was a DJ. Like I've been living in the city for 6 years and I ain't never heard of you in my life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. And so it's not even like on some you ain't nobody. It's on some shit where it's like I would have at least heard somebody say something,
or you would have talked about
or
it,
you would have talked about it previously, or something.
Even if it was your hobby, I guess we would talk about it.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know that shit until like later when we started, dating or whatever.
Wow.
Closet DJ and shit. What the hell?
Yeah, and it's like to give up that easy because his equipment broke, and instead of him just being like, okay, I'm gonna save and stock. It's almost like me being with him inspired him to get his stuff together because he bought more equipment. I had put him on my show, and I was like, hey, you're gonna open up for me, and there's a couple other people, and he was like, he bought new equipment like just because of that, and now he has equipment
just because of you, not because he wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, you inspired me to get back into music. I'm like, that's good. Like, that's what I'm here for. But then don't get mad when I'm doing, like, just that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, anybody I've ever dated, I told them, like, you'll never get, if I have a goal, like, I don't care how much energy I give to you. You're never, I don't care how much you think that you've taken away from me. You're never going to take away. Like, you're never going to stop me from achieving. I might get there. It might take me a little bit longer because I am giving some energy to you. But you're never, like, no goal that I've ever had, college, none of that stuff. Like, you're never, ever gonna, like, stop me from what I'm trying to do because I'm always, like, focused on what I'm trying to do. Even if I take some time back to give to you, I'm not gonna sacrifice, like, how I really feel about what I'm doing to make you feel better. Like, well, I guess I'll just stop doing music.
Oh, no, that's not the point of relationship.
You know
there's like a lot of people on this earth, and there's enough people for everybody to be able to, have relationships with the people that just, help what they're trying to do.
Some people are just so selfish, though, that they will stomp your dreams and allow you to stomp your own dreams just for their own benefit or their own ego. Like, those people exist. Like, they're real. And if you're not protected and you don't have this mindset that she just explained, you will fall victim to, especially as a young, impressionable woman, girl, growing up in a society where, we had talked about this where, a lot of the music that we listened to in the 90s or coming from the 90s was like a lot of pick me. Like, I know you got a girl, but I can love you better than she can. Yeah. Like, come on, man. No. Why was that?
The mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
And why was that even a thing? So, I'm glad we have, like, the channels are open now and we can talk about this and somebody can listen to what you just said and what I'm saying right now and be like, you know what? She's right.
Because I have tons of, like, female friends that are, especially in the past, that have been like, damn, like, I gave so much of myself to this guy or this relationship or whatever. And then they be like, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do this. And it's like, I feel like the only thing that can take away a lot of that is maybe when you have kids, like maybe, because at some point you're like, damn, man, I got this baby, I got to make sure this baby eat. And if it's my dreams, I got to hope be on the hold. Yeah, it's just like, this is another life you brought into the world, but other than that, it's like the person that you're with should want like, you're gonna know, like me and him, for example, like there's nights like he stay up forever, and do the stuff. But
people should want their own thing. It's a red flag when somebody don't want something. Like, If they do, or if they just want you, like, you shouldn't just want me. Like,
Right. What's your goals?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You gotta want.
Yeah.
What would you
something.
do if I wasn't here tomorrow?
You gotta be
Yeah,
dedicated
and
to
it's like-
something.
it's kind of a lot of pressure.
It is.
Honest.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's
'cause-
unfair
Yeah.
to put that on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel
So these
like
little
bad
gnats
for
in here
being
and shit.
Right.
next season, y'all.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of young folks don't have the tools to figure that, and they don't see the red flags because they're in love and it feels good in the moment.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
they get
So,
nobody ever like. I don't think anybody ever taught me about like dedicating myself to something in particular. They kind of like, well, I guess that college is supposed to be made that maybe. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's not how that's not the impression that I was given when I was going to college. I was more like, go to college so you can be something
Right.
in life, no,
'Cause you're supposed
no
to.
matter what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but nobody ever told me to like find what I really like to do and hone in on it and dedicate myself to it. And
Yeah.
well, because sometimes that's not even like what we're raised, how we're raised.
yeah,
If you
that's
didn't
what I'm
grow up around you seeing somebody pursue like their passion, everybody's just surviving, working 2-3 jobs and trying to rest up. You know, like if your mind isn't turned on to, oh, there's another way I can build this life and do what I love to do. If you're not open to, haven't been turned on to that, it might not exist for you.
And I think our parents, like for sure, they come from that era of like like very traditional.
Yeah.
You know, they're not out here like trying to be entrepreneur. Not saying like at all.
Right.
Like growing up, my parents had their own like technology business, but it's still something that would make like money.
Yeah.
And like to us as artists, they look at it like, you gotta find the money in that. But like
Right.
even my mom is a good example. She is realizing now, like she be like, "You doing what? You make more money than me." Like she be, she'll say, "I'm like, Mama, it's money out here, like in this videography and this photography." And one thing I'm thankful that they did teach me was to be like well rounded. So they were like, you don't always want to just have you. Not saying just pick a bunch of random stuff to do, but it's just like find those things you really love to do. And if it's
Right.
a bunch of stuff, then find the ones that you're good at and then just work on it.
Yep.
That way, like just say if one day I lose my voice, God forbid,
Gosh.
I don't want to be ruined.
Right.
she's like,
Because I started
already losing it.
choking.
Oh shit.
That was it. He came right back.
Some smoke or something. It was weird. It was weird. Like some of the hookah smoke got on
Yeah,
here. I
that's
was
the
like,
same thing happened. He got choked.
I was just listening to an interview with Tank talking about
Tank, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
he recently just got the masters back to like some like records he
That's
did
some
like
old
20
stuff.
years ago,
Oh, wow.
some
Dang.
really old stuff. But he was talking, and they were asking him, well, why didn't you just re-record it? And he was like, man, I'm not trying to sing these songs that I made in my 20s with this 40-year-old throat. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
For real, that shit real.
Things
I go back
change,
and
like,
listen to
you
myself
evolve.
as a young, I was hitting all the notes. I was like, what? Like, I didn't even know I could get that high.
I listened to myself as a
Can't do it.
rapper, and then I listened to older folks, and I'm like, how am I gonna carry that? But
Like that legacy, you mean? Or,
well, like, how am I gonna keep my voice in shape to do what I need to do? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Is my voice gonna get feeble at some point?
Yeah.
But you can't worry about that before it happens.
yeah, I ain't
but
worrying about
I'm
it.
not.
how
I'm
y'all
not
feel
worried about
about
it at
old
all,
people
actually.
singing? I can't really stand to hear Smokey Robinson sing no more, to be honest with you. I love you, Smokey.
It's only if it's
But-
like
but
shaky.
Right. It depends on how well they took care of their
he's
vocals.
So hot. Like,
Because
I
Maxwell
just-
still got it. I ain't know
Yeah.
Maxwell was that
Yeah.
old.
when you got when there's more air coming out than like actual like sound, like nah, you need to go
Okay,
ahead.
but a lot of these vocalists, they didn't use their instrument. They abused their instruments over the years,
sure.
not having any formal training and straining.
Singing
and,
period is abusing your vocal cords.
But if you have a coach, I just recently got my first vocal coach ever
Hey.
in life, and I'm loving it. Every time I go visit her, I have like a breakthrough. She's like, "Oh no, breathe from here," and she taught me like some
Yeah.
special
Breathe from
sit-ups
here.
and stuff.
What?
I'm like,
I know how to
hey,
breathe from
and
there.
then I couldn't figure out because I'm a rapper, and I told her, look, well, I'm a rap artist, but I like to sing, and a lot of my songs, I'm just doing a lot of switching back and forth. You know what I mean? So I had to, something as basic as, is it the same voice? You know what I mean? Or am I doing something different? Am I coming from a different place
Yeah.
when you know what I mean? So I needed somebody to have that conversation with, you know, and somebody that's educated enough to be able to give me an answer that makes sense to my
For
brain.
you, yeah.
Yes, because there's nothing worse than somebody just saying, okay, no, just do it better. And you're like, what? What better? What does
Help
that
me
mean?
how?
That's me.
What does
That's
that
me in the
mean?
studios whenever
Yeah.
people
Don't
recording.
do
So going back to
that.
what you said about investment, like as long as you're investing the things in the right places, I think
Right.
you can't go wrong. It's all gonna come back.
And it's just, you know, a lot of stuff ties together. Like you're an artist, but you have your own alcohol, and then like even with us as like this creators in general, like having merch, having something like that's a lot. That's a clothing line. That's a like, that's something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Something else that you could fall back, and then even down to like he does his own design artwork.
Okay.
You know, for the stuff. Even that, like people are like, oh shit, you did that. That's another bag. Like this is stuff that we do for ourselves to the point where we can literally probably eventually do it for other people if you wanted to, because you're so focused on
Can't
like,
afford it. I'm sorry, y'all.
or hey, you know, holla at them, celebrities, holla at them. Y'all the only ones probably can afford it. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like the more you care about yourself, all that stuff comes with it, and then you realize you're gaining all these skill sets, and then that you like later on could probably turn into money whenever, if God forbid your voice do go out. But now I know how to do graphics, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. It's like I don't ever want to be to a point where I depended so heavily on my voice that I didn't learn anything else. And then I'm like, I don't know how to make money.
Right.
Like I know how to hustle. Okay.
Yeah.
If I don't have some money, I'll hop in the Uber real quick. I will try to see who need a photo shoot. I'll do somebody's hair, like anything. Like sources of income is very important, and you know, and even just don't do no shit that you're not passionate about though. Like don't just I mean, Uber, I'm not passionate about that, but that's just easy money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like whatever it takes to make you that artist that you're trying to be, or that producer that you're trying to be, you're gonna learn extra stuff along the way.
Yes.
And then just perfecting it and getting better and better. Then eventually you'll be like, oh, that's a source of income right there.
But it has nothing to do with like the income part though.
It doesn't, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Me being the best producer has nothing to do with me making money at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks.
but what I'm saying, like along the way of you wanting to be great for yourself, you end up like honing in on these crafts. Like you're like,
You know what the cheat code
snap.
is? Just the relationships with people and getting people to like realize how great you are. Because the more like somebody like looks up to like whatever you like, they just be willing to pay more for whatever
That's
the fuck
true.
it is you do.
You're right.
Celebrities pay mad money and they don't even not that good at stuff.
You know what
You know
I'm
what I
saying?
mean? Like, they
Yeah.
but just because they're like that person. Now,
Yeah,
now I'm paying more.
Yeah.
Like NFTs, like they doing with these NFTs. It's like I don't. The Migos. Who were we talking with that said the Migos has like the highest revenue for NFT right now? I think it was the Migos.
First of all,
What the hell do they know about it?
Let's talk about what the fuck.
They don't need
that
to know
is.
anything about it because they got the right people around them that just say, "Oh, okay, this is going to be your NFT. We'll put it on the thing."
Yeah, it's
I'm over
basically
here tripping,
it's
like, y'all got it
basically
going
just
on.
any like
No.
video, picture, digital content.
Yeah.
That is.
Wait, oh man, I'm messing up. It
So if
says
you
it-
took a 30-second clip of us just in here freestyling
Yeah.
and set it aside and didn't show it to anybody ever, that's your NFT.
NFT worth millions.
so you're
Right.
saying the non-fungible tokens?
Yes, non-fungible. You know what that means? Non-fungible.
No.
It means it can't be duplicated.
Okay, okay, bet. See, we learning on here.
I love that word,
we
non-fungible.
on it. We past the time too, huh?
Oh yeah, we're at like an hour
Non-fungible
30.
Tokens. It's
About
a
hour 30.
vehicle for buying and selling digital artworks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's like it's got like some long ass code like Bitcoin to where it's like you can't replicate it. So this is original, but I don't know. Like I can still take a screenshot of your shit, motherfucker. I don't care.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I know that sucks, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
it is.
But
How y'all
yeah,
feeling?
I feel good, man. This is a good talk about artistry and
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling
You
good.
feel
Yeah.
thrilled?
You know.
yeah.
I'm feeling too good.
Too good?
You ate today?
I made food for us.
Oh, that was so good.
I was like,
So good. My
Wait,
bad.
there.
what you made?
This is one of my basic meals. Okay.
I did put you on the
I
spot.
do
Hey,
be
they be the
cooking.
best
No, I do.
ones. The basic meals be
But
hitting.
I be cooking. I do be cooking. I enjoy. Actually, I really do like cooking a lot, honestly. But today I just made some basic a chicken shredded chicken sandwich with this vegan cheese.
I didn't even know it was vegan cheese.
and then I chopped up some red potatoes really thin and make them like chips.
Yeah.
But I didn't do them too chippy. Like some of them was
Sauteed them,
crunchy
fried
and
them.
some of them were like still potato-y because
Yeah.
I still wanted that potato.
Yeah.
But it was just something quick because
Oh,
like,
that
he was
sounds
working on
good.
music and I was like, I ain't trying to hold you too
Right.
long.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Eat
love
something
it.
quick.
Yeah, it was
But-
good.
So do you find that you cook like you make beats? Like, is it the same kind of creative thing that you get going on?
It feels honestly. If I had, what I'm really about to start doing is about to go crazy because I really felt like it's like when you want certain things at the store, it's almost like an investment too. Like when I go to HEB, easily $300, and I ain't got that right now. So when I do have that access soon, I'm gonna be able to do some of the things that I want to learn how to make. Because it involves like more ingredients or like a different quality or like vegan or just whatever, you know. So I just want to try new stuff. But when I watched cooking shows growing up, it's the presentation, the seasoning, the flavor. I like juice. Like I'm a juice person.
I like
Sauce.
I love sauce. You know, the whole refrigerator packed with sauce. It's crazy. We had a whole episode called Sauce. It was,
Nice.
but it's just like I enjoy cooking too,
Yeah.
as an art. And
Right.
then I don't really have a lot of people to always taste it. So him being here with him, it's like really cool because I know he's gonna be honest, and it's like cool. So I'm gonna try some new stuff, but I haven't got.
I don't
to,
even be honest. I either just like eat it real fast or I don't.
But she can tell either way, like how you feel about it.
Oh yeah, because I'm eater because it's gonna be gone. I'm a fast eater when it's good. It's not gonna be that long. I'm just.
He never used to eat that fast when I first like got to be with him, and I was like, he eating so fast. He be beating
You can't go
me.
off what I say because if you go off what I say, you might be fooled. But if I eat that quick, I ain't had time to say nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But we won't be knowing if we be because it'd be high either. Because
You blew my mind.
the other night I was like, "Is this good?" He was like, "It's really good." I don't know if I was just high, but it was really good.
You blew my mind with your question though, like cooking like to like beets because the way she was describing it, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
The more ingredients there are in the kitchen, the better the meal I'm gonna have because I can like experiment as I want to and like create. But it is about the presentation. It's about the taste. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the beats.
Yeah.
I've been on a kick of like just like looking up as much sounds and all types of shit that I can.
Yeah.
Just because I love just the option of just being able to go in there and just like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
Cook
have
it
all
up.
this different
Cooking.
stuff.
Cooking in
it's
the
like all the
lab.
ingredients, like ingredients. Those sounds is just ingredients.
Yeah. Ooh, ingredients. That a good.
I don't even
what's
know
the
what I wanna
title
make.
of this one?
No,
I don't
I
even
didn't.
know.
Oh, this one? Oh, I thought
Ingredients. Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? Oh,
You write down some keywords.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna do something with the Hera, but
a new Hera.
I like that.
But what was the name of the drink you mentioned that you
Oh,
made
one
with
of
your
your
drink?
drinks.
You called it Hera to something.
Hair of the dog.
Hera the dog.
Hurricane. What's that?
Hurricane.
Hera Libre.
Oh, Hera
write down all these.
Libre. Hera Libre sounds
How you spell Hera Libre? What?
Libre.
Like Nacho Libre.
Libre.
Like Nacho Libre? I ain't never spelled Nacho Libre
Libre.
in my life.
But
Nacho
you seen
Libre.
the movie, right? Okay. We cool then.
Libre. She said we good
Jack
now.
Black,
we good.
what? Yeah.
Jack is back.
Classic. But I do want to tell you that on tour.
Oh,
seeing you,
I know. We ain't even. Should we?
didn't
wait,
even
wait.
touch
Let's
on
let's
that.
try to wrap this up, babe, and then let's Do you mind doing Patreon?
No, let's do this for
okay.
Patreon.
You okay with
Yes.
that, babe?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, she's just in the moment. She's on it.
I was like, I just gotta make sure.
Well, y'all know what that means, people. We about to have a better conversation on Patreon. So we're gonna end this one. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out.
Yes.
And
we
appreciate
we already know when it's coming. We keep saying it, but it's coming for real now. So y'all better be on the lookout.
In the meantime,
2022.
subscribe, like, comment. You know, we need y'all to be doing that. Have we been paying
Yeah.
attention? We've been paying attention. I'm gonna get on there tonight. I'm
oh,
gonna be
we
looking.
gotta
And herarum.com.
HeraRum.com. We're gonna make sure it's in the comments and everything too. He do the bio and all that. You got your girl.
Most definitely.
Shout
Anastasia,
out to
appreciate you.
Yeah,
yes,
thanks for having me.
Anastasia. What is I like that name.
Anastasia.
Yeah.
Parents
Yeah.
are cool. Man. That's cool. Anyways, Lakeita Valon over here. Thank you.
Hey.
Koala Khool.
Yeah.
Nah, you got it. We out of here. Check y'all next time. Peace.
Okay. Restroom breaks.
That's cool.
Any kind of